time to hand out the first half-season awards. We'll tell you why the MVP is James Harden. I said it, and why LeBron James is no longer top 2. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, 6 Eastern, ESPN Radio.
Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin starts next at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio, ESPN News.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Of course, we have everything you need for that big brake job. Right now, you can save 15% when you buy any Duralast brake pads and any 2 Duralast rotors. It's a great way to save while you take on the full job. Oh, and one tip. Go for a nice, easy drive after you finish the job. It'll help break in your new brakes. For more tips, visit AutoZone.com/DIY. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
Ron Jaworski here for Bradford White Water Heaters. As a quarterback, you count on your team to perform consistently. It's the same with water heaters. You need one you can rely on to do its job every single day. Bradford White Water Heaters delivers worry-free hot water to millions of Americans. It's performance you can count on. If your old water heater's fumbling the ball, take it out of the game and visit BradfordWhite.com to find an installation pro and get it done. Bradford White Water Heaters, built to be the best.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah, it only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Let me be straight with you. This is a radio commercial for 3 small business insurance. The policy has no fine print. It's clear what's covered. So while you can't see the following scene, just know that this pet store is protected by 3.
Joe, did you leave the snake tank open?
Look, I don't want to point fingers, but yes.
It's biting me. Sorry, sir.
I'm calling my lawyer.
They're going to need some help with this mess. Luckily, they have 3. No fine print, just exceptional coverage. 3 is a product of Berkshire Hathaway Direct Insurance Company. 3, no nonsense, just common sense.
Women Heart is in a race to save lives. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women. It's 80% preventable if you know the facts. Millions of women are living with or at risk of different types of heart disease, like AFib, which is a type of irregular heartbeat. It affects both women and men, but women with AFib have a higher risk of stroke and death than men. Get educated. See your doctor. Know the facts. Diet and exercise are key to staying healthy. Know the risks. Women Heart does something really unique, solely focusing on women and providing peer-to-peer support. To win this race, we all have to do it together. Our hearts beat as one. To learn more, visit womenheart.org.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin.
The show starts now.
All right, let's get down to business. It's a Monday morning. You're hanging out with The John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. And if you're familiar with our first hour, you know that means Bradford White Water Heaters has helped to bring it for you. Bradford White here for the pro. on this Monday after a weekend of frustrating Flyers hockey. A NBA All-Star weekend that totally had the bubble popped. It's a little bit of a disappointing Monday as we get going, except if you see the weather forecast, and then it looks absolutely amazing. So there's a lot to look forward to as we start the week. But let's begin here. Blake Griffin has joined the Nets. So the Nets make the first move of all the title contenders to go and bolster their lineup. And arguably, I don't think they have the deepest team in the Eastern Conference, but they probably have the best group of talent. And Blake Griffin joins the Nets. Do I think Blake Griffin is anything? I don't think Blake Griffin has been much in the last 2 years. But if Blake Griffin becomes a side piece, a supplemental portion of the puzzle, I'm a believer that he is a potential difference maker. Now, here's what I'm hoping. And Daryl Morey, I know you like to watch the show or check in with us, so I'm hoping that the Sixers are listening today. And I hope they don't get goaded into making a panic move to try and keep up. It's not going to be popular, but I'll say it flat out. This move of Blake Griffin deciding to be a member of the Brooklyn Nets tells me exactly what I need to know, that the Sixers have a nice roster. The Sixers have a roster with a great mix of young players and young talent that we haven't even scratched the surface with yet. I'm all good. I'm all good with it. If that roster stays relatively the same and you take someone off the veteran buyout market or you do something where you're not mortgaging the future, I'm okay. Bluffing yourself into saying, well, now Blake Griffin's a net too. You're hoping for injury. Right now, we are rooting for injury. Get all fingers crossed here. Everybody on Twitch and YouTube, you see it there. We're crossing the fingers. We're going to pray for injury because anything else makes the Nets look a little difficult to navigate. And the last thing I want to see the Sixers do is have a panic move trying to keep up. And that's where we begin this Monday edition of the John Kincade Show with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach Eric Camille. Bob, not that I'm a big believer in what Blake Griffin is anymore, but when Blake Griffin is just a side piece, that's a nice side piece.
Yeah, here's how I looked at it, John. I thought, because we were going kind of back and forth with my friends about is it a great move or whatever. If the Sixers were to have signed Blake Griffin, what would reaction be?
For Blake Griffin?
Yeah, if the Sixers signed him, would it be like, yes, there's a...
I think people would be very excited.
Yeah?
Because it would show that people are dying to see this team make a move.
Yeah, and they're
dying.
not...
They're like, come on, make a move.
Yeah, I think everybody knows that they need to make another move. But that's how I was looking at it. I thought, wow, Blake Griffin, does it really make... Because I'm down on his game. He's become just like a three-point shooter now. He can't really... His legs are gone. He really doesn't have that explosiveness that he used to have. But yeah, I mean, Blake Griffin's Blake Griffin.
Right.
And you make a good point there. But that's how I finally came to the solution, like it doesn't bother me all that much. Because if he came to the Sixers, that would be my reaction. Okay. I hope that's not the only move.
Jamie, though, he makes them a better team than they were yesterday. The Nets are a better team having Blake Griffin.
I guess, yeah. If he were, look, to Bob's question, if he was to come to the Sixers, I'd be like, all right, they got a backup center /4. Like, if they want to run small ball lineups, like, I don't think he cracks the starting five here. He's very inefficient the last 2 years. I think his legs are done. Are they better? Probably slightly, but it didn't really strike fear in me. I went, the Nets got another player.
Is he better than Dwight Howard?
Probably.
Yes.
Because he can shoot a three and he doesn't have
backup center.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it would have been, a Dwight Howard replacement or a stretch four replacement.
No, I didn't want him here. But he made the Nets better because their backup center is better than your backup center. He made them better.
Yeah, I guess.
There was an advantage yesterday.
He shoots a lot of three-pointers.
There was still an advantage yesterday.
And he's not good at it.
Going into the day where the Sixers backup center was better. Now there's a situation where the Nets backup center is better. That makes the Nets better.
I hear what you're saying.
I mean, I don't care. Blake Griffin's not the player he was, but right now their backup center is better than your backup center.
I don't know when the last time Blake Griffin, if ever, was asked to be a sub off the bench. I mean, this is something that you have to consider too. Like, is he going to fit in okay? He did, but is he going to be okay with it? And it's a different thing, man. When you're a star of the league, and you've been Blake Griffin, and now you're going to be maybe a 20-minute a night guy. We'll see how he handles it.
AI couldn't handle it. But I mean, they're different. Blake Griffin is more of a leader, and I understand what you're saying too. That
is he?
He's better than he's better than Dwight Howard. If you were building a roster,
yeah, but it's slight. Like, I don't look at Blake Griffin like he is leaps and bounds better than Dwight Howard. I mean, it's an upgrade, but it's such a minor upgrade that if they're going to spend roster space and cap space, I want them to go after something else.
No, I understand this. What I'm saying is I didn't want Dwight Howard gone. But now the Nets have a better backup center than they improved slightly than the Sixers do.
Yeah,
and that just is like the lineup. The Nets separated themselves further from the Sixers in logic as far as what they've got.
So I looked at it like, okay, there's one less roster space that they can go and fill with an actual talented player.
Wow.
Because Blake Griffin, but as they've said, like his legs are gone.
I got you. You guys are getting held up on the idea of this isn't about the Sixers going and getting him. This is about the team you're going to try to beat in a 7-game series. Just put a chess piece in place where they got better than you at a place you were better than them yesterday morning. The backup center, you were better than them yesterday morning, and now you're not. And I do agree with you, Pat, though. I don't think it's leaps and bounds. I don't think it's anything where but Blake Griffin's better than Dwight Howard. I think if you had every general manager in a room said, you get to choose a backup center. You want Dwight Howard, you want Blake Griffin. I believe it would be a huge landslide for Blake Griffin.
Well, to Cooney's point, we've seen Dwight Howard as a backup before. He's accustomed to that role now. We haven't seen it with Blake, so let's see, if he can adapt.
Yeah, and the building of the team, like what's the Sixers' makeup? I think Dwight Howard fits better. I hear what you're saying, John. It doesn't. I thought if you would have told me,
I don't understand.
So if you bring a backup center, if you say Blake Griffin's a backup center and you bring him to I know we're not talking about bringing him to the Sixers, but like Joel Embiid is going to play 40 minutes in the playoffs. They're going to need Blake Griffin to play 20, 22 minutes or whatever. The Blake Griffin thing, it just, I think most of us just are like, he's not that good anymore.
I think that's the Philly response.
Yeah.
I think that's the typical Philly fan response.
Could be wrong. He could go there and light a fire.
Oh, yeah. What the other guy gets is not as good. Yeah, it's not that big. It's not a big deal. I think anytime your opponent gets better than you, Jamie, it's not, and picks another spot, because there's very few. I think the Sixers' depth and youth could work in their favor if a series goes long. Because by then it would be the third playoff series for the Sixers. Mm-hmm. So they would already have 2 series wins under their belt. Those youngsters would have some playoff chops. If you get into a 6 or 7 game series, the youthfulness of the Sixers could potentially work in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting. I mean, like, they did get slightly better.
Slightly, yes.
It doesn't send any. I'm not more afraid of the Nets today than I was 4 days ago. I mean, when I hate to go like the analytics nerddom, but his WAR is a negative now. Like the value of a replacement player, like that's where he's at in his career. He's just, he couldn't even really make an impact in Detroit, where there was devoid of talent. So it's just, I'm not anymore.
He's only going to be asked to play what? He's going to be asked to play 12, 14 minutes?
Yeah, my 20 may have even been high, yeah.
Maybe.
12, 14.
It depends if they go small ball lineup, he can run center. If not, he could play 4 for them.
But he's a backup. I got to tell you, this is the first time working, though, with you guys that I have seen the typical Philly response.
I don't think this is a Philly thing.
No, I don't think he's a good player.
I just think he's shot.
But you're still better today. They're better today than they were yesterday. And that
maybe.
sucks.
I don't know how much a 12-minute a guy who has no legs anymore that just shoots threes makes them that much better. My first thought, too, was, God, how are they going to incorporate him with them? But what's really scary about the Nets is they're winning all these games, and they don't have anywhere close to what their normal lineup is supposed to look like.
Correct.
So I don't know if that's a good
and
thing.
And they took the same trip that the Sixers They've already been on and they rampage through the West. Sixers have to take that trip yet.
Yeah.
610-632-0975. What camp do you fall in there? As far as, do you want to see the, does it cause you? This makes me more than ever want to see the Sixers stay the course. Go to the veteran buyout market and do not give up young pieces trying to chase down the Nets. By the way, the Nets are going to be a short little, what do you call that in the sky when there's a burning star, like a shooting star? That's what this is going to be. This is going to be like a short window.
Yeah.
This is a net short window. I don't want to see the Sixers pushing all their chips to the center of the table, trying to cash in now when they don't have to.
But
there's nothing they got to. They don't have to do that.
But you also have a shot. So, like Kyle, if they were to get Kyle Lowry, let's say, I don't view that as we have to chase the Nets. I view that as we're damn close and we're pushing in. Like, Nets be damned. It's not a response to the Nets.
And it doesn't do anything for you for 2021.
Yeah, but it gives me a hell of a chance to win a title this year.
Wow. I don't see their title chances changing that much with Kyle Lowry.
It's similar to what you say about
the handicappers on. I don't see like the handicappers would go, okay, Sixers are the sixth best option to win the NBA title right now by Vegas. They are the sixth best team to win it. You get Kyle Lowry, what do you think? You're going to be 2? Going to be 3?
Well, does adding Kyle Lowry, like we were talking about Blake Griffin, does that make you better?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
And
but the only thing is, though, it means you're chasing what the Nets did.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think you're looking at, because we talked about it long before, Blake Griffin even signed with the Nets.
No, what I'm saying is that this move is short term, because if you get Kyle Lowry, it's a short term move. You're saying we got a chance now, and it's like there's a desperation to it that I don't understand. You spend all this time building a roster.
Tyrese Maxey's not going to be in the playoff rotation. Kyle Lowry will be a backbone of your playoff rotation
this year.
Yeah.
But Maxey could be in next year.
I mean, you got to give something to get something.
Wow. 610-632-0975. You want to get in with us? Save up to 50% on almost everything right now at Mattress Warehouse. Plus, you get 0% interest financing for 60 months and free delivery on all orders over $7.99. SleepHappens.com. That's what you want to check on out. 610-632-0975. Mike in Delran gets us right off the bat. Mike, good morning.
Whoa, that was quick.
Welcome to the Fanatic. How are you, buddy?
A chance to put the phone back on hands.
That was pretty good timing.
All right, listen. I gotta ask. I need more in-depth explanation here, John. Did you just tell me for the last 5 minutes that Blake Griffin makes the Nets that much better, but Kyle Lowry wouldn't make a difference on the Sixers team?
That's not what I said at all. I never said, no, don't give me a Jamie. That's not what I said at all.
Guys, boys,
I said the backup center position. Yesterday morning when you woke up, Mike, the Sixers had the better backup center than the Nets.
Yeah.
When you went to bed last night, the Nets had the better backup center to the Sixers.
I'm not 100% convinced that that's true.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, you can disagree with that if all you want. I don't think anybody in NBA circles would disagree with me. I don't think there's a general manager. You might be one or two strays. You are not going to find an overwhelming opinion that if every team got a chance to pick Dwight Howard or to be able to have Blake Griffin, I think they're taking Blake Griffin at this point. This is for a 2021 playoff run. They're taking Blake Griffin. And the only people who aren't saying that would be Sixers fans that would not say that that's an upgrade. Slight, but it's an upgrade.
They're different players.
Yeah, and it goes to the concept of the team. Like I was saying earlier,
you think Blake Griffin would be a bad teammate?
No, I'm not saying he'd be a bad teammate.
I don't understand.
All right, you say Blake Griffin's better than Dwight Howard. I think Dwight Howard's a better backup center for the Sixers than Blake Griffin would be.
Wow, okay.
You
need rim protection.
Yeah.
That is, rim protection.
That's where the Sixers the past 2-3 years.
Checkpoint to absolutely.
Yeah, they've gotten crushed at the backup center with rim protection lately. So
you can share your thoughts. 610-632-0975. In the linchpin, Ben and Joel had a Sunday off.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, part of me was relieved that Ben and Joe weren't in the All-Star game because I didn't really care about it. All I care about
is injury to worry about.
Exactly. All I care about is the Sixers. And the news came down yesterday when Andrew Salchunas and I were on air on the morning show.
Good show, by the way.
Thank you. We have a good time doing it. And the news came down, and my first thought was, okay, they're not in the game. How does this affect the Sixers? And that was all I was thinking. What's the NBA protocol? 7 days, are they going to miss Thursday's game?
Right. That was your first thought.
That was my first thought was, are they going to, because every game is so important right now in terms of seeding. If this is the NBA's mess, they created the mess. How does it affect my team?
The exposure was Friday. And so to me, I would think if you're saying they turn up negative yesterday,
right?
Negative today, negative Tuesday, negative Wednesday, they're playing Thursday.
There's that Tuesday again.
Exactly. They get
oh, he did.
There you go. Did it again.
Yeah. How about that?
To me, they will play Thursday.
Here's hoping. Now, Doc came out yesterday morning, I believe. I think you guys might have had it on your show, or you talked about it at least, saying that he thinks they may miss some games, which was a little scary at first.
I don't think anybody really knows.
Well,
no,
on
you
paper,
don't.
they would miss a game.
Yeah. So my first thought yesterday, I swear to God, was, oh, good, I don't have to watch the game tonight. And I did not. I did not watch one second of the All-Star game.
I did not want to watch it.
No, I didn't. I honest to God, I didn't watch 1 second. I just watched the Flyers,
especially with them out of it. But that Flyers game, I could have avoided that, Pat. That would have
been nice. Would have been nice. Hey, we'll always have the first period, right?
God,
it looked good in that first.
Yeah, it's great. I did not want to watch. I did not want to watch an All-Star game, and every time Joel Embiid goes up, wondering.
I'd be afraid. Yeah.
You're going to hurt something? Is something going to happen?
I remember being at the first All-Star game that he participated in. Now, I don't think he was in the All-Star game, but he was in the pregame on Saturday, whatever, and having that feeling, which I never do. But because it was that weekend and he is just coming off injury, I watched like holding my breath, thinking, oh, my God, don't get hurt, don't get hurt.
He's a centerpiece.
Yeah, I was so glad that they weren't a part of it yesterday.
Right? I really was kind of like, okay, but no big deal.
I like what you say, though. The idea of, okay, how does this affect them moving forward? Because if this screws them up, this is an NBA-created problem.
Yeah.
Even though the idea of know who you're dealing with. Know who you're dealing with. Like the place where I got my hair cut. Safety protocols. They're tested before the people cut your hair.
Right.
They're tested frequently. They post the things. We had people who have already been vaccinated, everything. Know who the hell you have cutting your hair.
I would imagine they have.
It's a reckless.
Somebody legit, but I don't.
No, I think it's their boy who cuts their hair.
Yeah, if I'm not
it's
mistaken.
Like you go to your spot. Hey, it's like, hey, I'm going in here. It's my guy.
But he's probably like a high end barber, right?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, when
Is
I was
he tested,
I think they have a barber seat at the practice facility.
They do.
So I don't know if they have somebody there that they go to all the time.
You'd have to be tested.
Right.
To be in there, you'd have to constantly be tested.
Yeah, it's weird.
It sounds like, I believe from the story last night, the one story last night that they had in the pregame, it wasn't in the facility where they got their haircut.
Okay.
So is that pretty adorable that Joel and Ben go get their haircuts together? Maybe get a lollipop and a balloon and just hang out like a couple buds getting their hair cut?
I could send them to Anastasia, and let Anastasia cut their hair.
Sports
She had a fine job this weekend.
$8 cuts.
She had a fine job this weekend.
I also thought, all right, hey, look at them bonding.
Yeah.
Right? They're getting their hair cut together.
Two best friends.
No, I like that.
I like that. For whatever reason,
I'm not going with Bob because Bob will be done in 2 minutes and they take a lot longer to do my hair.
Oh, that's a little personal.
Yeah, jeez, taking shots. But I, for whatever reason, I'm not worried about them testing positive. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe I'm just turning over a new leaf and I'm being positive, but I'm not.
Oh, well, look, we're all sitting here going, please, please, please.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I'm like, all right, they'll just continue to test negative and we'll be all right. And we dodged a bullet and they didn't have to play in a meaningless game.
Strange you say dodged a bullet because this weekend in Atlanta, a absolute mayhem with over a dozen documented shootings, which, by the way, Atlanta is not Chicago. That is not a common occurrence. Where a lot of this party scene was going on, I probably live around 6-7 miles from it. My wife said this weekend on Saturday that it was the craziest traffic she's seen since COVID. So in a year, and we live right above the Buckhead area.
Mm-hmm.
We live literally right outside it. And she said, I've never seen such traffic in a year. driving down in the areas where we drive, like if you're going to the store, you're doing something, said it was crazy. The hotels, so I got always had my contacts within the hotels, within the police and everything like that. The hotel scene was crazy. Busiest the hotels have been since COVID. The hotel party scene on Friday and Saturday night was wild. Like people having the parties, renting hotel rooms and just having parties in the hotel was crazy. This was an NBA-created event.
Yeah.
And it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was stupid in retrospect.
It was very dumb. There was no need for an exhibition game. No. Just no need.
Now, they made $58 million.
Well, that's why they did
Well, there's
it.
a need.
They made $58 million.
Yeah.
And they didn't bring in a lot of out-of-town people to do the TV. And it was almost entirely staffed. The entire production was almost entirely staffed by people who have a residence in Atlanta. So they didn't have to travel people in or anything like that. And Atlanta's been open for 10 months. It's not like, the same restrictions that were lifted here on March 1st were lifted in Atlanta last May.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like they're entering into a community that hasn't been wide open. But that was a bad look for the NBA.
Yeah.
Not the Ben Joel thing, because that happened here.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be
Bad
interesting.
luck.
I mean, God forbid, something comes out of there, someone comes out of there, and
brings
things
it
aren't-
back to the. And
That's
brings
the
it
thing.
back
I
to
think
the
it's
rest of the
it's
thing.
actually worst case scenario that Ben and Joe were there with possible exposure because you're concentrating the league's best stars into one spot, and two of the guys, regardless of where they were exposed, brought it into that circle. Like that. That's a worst nightmare scenario for the NBA.
Scotty says here that there are numerous spots in Philadelphia you can get your hair cut where people are tested. And people are either, we've been vaccinated, we're tested, whatever. There are numerous spots around the industry. So it's just, you got to know who's cutting your hair.
Yeah, you do.
Don't turn that hair over to just anybody. You got to make sure you got yourself covered so we can get we can make sure we're all happy here and healthy, and we need the Sixers big time. So the fans were back. The Flyers failed to show up, but the fans were back. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, guys, I'm always finding new player props or game props when I'm betting on basketball. And with FanDuel Sportsbook in partnership with Valley Forge Casino, you can combine these props with other bets from the same game to score an even bigger payout. It's called Same Game Parlay Bet, and you can only find them on FanDuel. There are so many bets you can combine. Rebounds, assists, total points, even three-pointers. Make sure to check out these Same Game Parlays daily. They are just one reason why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Their app is so easy to use. They got great odds and promotions and different deposit options. And if you win, they get you your winnings in as little as 24 hours. If you haven't tried FanDuel Sportsbook, new users get a risk-free bet up to $1,000. All you have to do is place a bet, and FanDuel will refund you up to $1,000 in-site credit if you don't win. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and use promo code Bob at sign-up. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. Site credit is non-withdrawable and expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, cuz it's tax time, that time of year again. And if you're self-employed, have several unfiled returns or tax debt, or need someone local that can work with local tax issues, then please know you don't have to deal with the IRS alone. Instead, call the pros at Strategic Tax Resolution. They succeed for their clients who, like you, may have delinquent tax returns, like their client Curtis, a small business owner who did not pay estimated tax payments and as a result owed $44,000. Well, Curtis hired Strategic Tax Resolution. Greg and the squad, they were able to settle Curtis's IRS tax bill for just $1,620. That's right. This is just one of the many successful outcomes thanks to the team at Strategic Tax Resolution. Don't go at it alone when you don't have to. Call for a free consultation with a licensed tax expert. Don't wait any longer. Get Greg and the team at Strategic Tax Resolution on your side. Call 484-915-3100. That's 484-915-3100 or search Strategic Tax Resolution. Hey, it's cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah, It only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Making popcorn for movie night?
Whoa, who are you?
This is your wake-up call from TracFone Wireless. What if every time you tried a new streaming service, you had to buy a new TV?
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, some wireless companies do that when you switch. Make you buy a new phone.
Right.
But TracFone Wireless lets you keep your phone and your number and your network and gives you unlimited talk and text starting at $20 a month.
Seriously, who are you?
This is your wake-up call, people. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. Oh, you're burning it.
Oh, no.
See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
You decided to upgrade your outdoor deck. So you ordered the essentials. A power washer, a set of patio chairs, and a shiny new grill. And you use your Bank of America Cash Rewards credit card, choosing to earn 3% cash back on online shopping and up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member, which you put towards your most essential deck addition, a bird feeder. Apply for yours at bankofamerica.com/more rewarding. Copyright 2020 Bank of America Corporation.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
You ever lie awake at night, can't sleep, not wanting to see what time it is because that's just going to keep you up? Tonight, try ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night. Unlike other sleep aids, our extended-release melatonin helps you fall asleep naturally and then slowly releases so you stay asleep longer through the night. It's non-habit-forming with no next-day grogginess. ZzzQuil Pure Z's all night, so you can fall asleep and stay asleep. Available at retailers near you.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise. And save even more for driving safely. Visit Allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. Drive-bys is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
With parlays on Unibet Sportsbook, you can build your one-of-a-kind parlay that no one else on the planet could have thought of. Download the app or visit pa.unibet.com. Sign up today to get $20 free and a $250 risk-free bet. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's John Kincade, and I know you love to chill out and watch your Netflix. And I also know that you love your phone, and you never put down your phone. That's why you need to be a T-Mobile customer. And if you're 55 and up, have I got a plan for you. It's called Magenta Unlimited 55, and it includes Netflix for free. And it also includes 2 lines of unlimited data for just $70 a month. So get this, it's $70 a month, not $70 plus fees. It's $70 a month, flat, 2 lines, unlimited data, and they're throwing in Netflix every single month. So, you've got the total connectivity of being a T-Mobile customer. You're always on your phone. You need your phone. And with T-Mobile's network, you're constantly going to have great reception wherever you are. And if you're 55 and up, all you have to do is visit T-Mobile.com/55, and you can get in on the Magenta plan. It's awesome. Magenta Unlimited 55. 2 lines of unlimited data. $70 a month flat. And they're throwing in Netflix. Tell them John Kincade sent you in. This is with AutoPay. Sales tax and regulatory fees are included in the rate plan price, keeping it steady. It's unlimited on T-Mobile's network. Customers using over 100 gigs a month may notice reduced speeds during congestion due to data prioritization. Video typically 480p. Receive Netflix standard with 2 lines.
Hello? We just made your listening experience easier. 97.5 The Fanatic is now on radio.com. Radio.com. Check it out now. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
It's really good to be back home in Philly, but do not believe anyone who tells you winter doesn't really suck.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Get your Monday morning off to a good start. Feel good about the week ahead of you. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic with Bob and Jamie and Pat and the coach. And I'm very shocked at the Tuesday thing sort of popping out of my...
Oh, it's there now. It's in your head.
Now it's in my head. No, but it's not in my head.
Well,
That's
it's not
the
in your
thing.
head. It's
just
there.
come back.
Yes.
That is something that has just come back. Like a bad rash. It has come back.
Wow.
This is well, no, it's
embrace your Delco.
No, I don't want to say Winda. I don't want to start saying Winda again.
I said bureau yesterday, and my wife looked at me like, what?
She looked at you crazy.
Bureau? And I was
Yes.
like, no, bureau.
Yeah, that is weird.
Or
That's
the
weird.
Winda and Wooder. Obviously, Wooder.
Yeah, I never said Winda.
You never said Wooder?
I did. Yes, I made a
What
conscious
about
effort.
Winda?
I never said Winda.
Oh, Winda.
No,
roll down the window.
I never did
No.
water either. Or
You
water.
never did that?
I
Water?
know. I've
You
always
never
been
did
water.
I did have water.
Really?
No,
Never
it's
did
bad.
water.
You never did either?
How about use?
No.
Oh,
ever.
that makes my skin crawl.
Ever.
Mine too, and I live with someone that uses it a lot.
Mine's
Donna?
Eagles.
Can we put the can we put a little thing out there? Have you checked in with T-Dog? Have you checked in with T-Dog?
I texted her. 5
Did she get
o'clock in
back
the
to
morning.
you?
I
Because
texted her.
she's the queen of, Pat's mom is the queen of great baked goods.
Oh, delicious.
She's spectacular.
She was.
What happened?
Keyword is was.
Was it All-Star Weekend and she took the weekend off?
She got a little tuned up.
What happened with the cookies? There's
I
a
haven't
missing
tasted
ingredient.
yet.
I know what the missing ingredient is. It's brown sugar. There's not either she went low on the brown sugar. They taste like flat soda, like a
Yeah.
Bob Cooney flat soda.
Delicious.
So the worst part is she texted me when she gave them to me. She said, "Oh, this is a really good batch."
No.
And I
And she's
took a
wonderful.
bite. Yeah, and I took a bite and I spit it out. Said, "This is horrible, woman."
Maybe
better.
maybe
you guys-
T-Dog was over at Mary Jane Lane, and
Maybe she was over.
Yeah.
You guys all look like you were eating cardboard when you tried one today, so I haven't tried one
Because
yet.
that's because she sets the bar so
Exactly, yeah.
Well, and I told
is-
Bob if I had sold these to, kids back in grade school like I used to, and then I had one, I would have given them their money back.
high. I can tell you this, the Bong Boulevard was busy this weekend.
Well, weather's nice this week. You got to get your supplies in order.
Oh, it was busy. Now, you did say something, though. The real average demo, though, you were talking yesterday because they did see a lot of women last week.
Yeah.
But the target demo in there is definitely 35 to 65.
That's great.
I think maybe even 40 to 65. It's shocking.
More men than women, or about 50-50, or what?
I think it's about 50-50. But they all do the walk of shame when they get it, which
Put
I
the hood
don't
on and-
understand.
What difference does it make?
Because it still kind of
It's
feels
legal.
It still
It's legal.
feels
They walk
like
out-
illegal, right?
They got the eyes down. They got the bag. By the way, the bag that gives the name of the establishment.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it. And they're walking to the car, and they're like,
well, I guess they don't
Head
want
down.
they don't want to see Marie from the church or
it's a little narrow street. They're not going to see that. Anything
you
like
never
that.
know who's going to see
By
you.
the way, then I did see some
Smoking the devil's lettuce.
So I'm walking to church the other day, and the line to get into that brewery that we're going to go and have lunch at, packed.
Oh yeah,
packed.
Good.
People going. I mean, it's great to see. To me, that's the smile thing.
yeah.
People are getting out and about. People are getting back to life.
The weather this week, I think, is going to lend to people,
and that's beautiful.
Stretching their arms a little bit.
Businesses, restaurants, go patronize a local business.
Yeah.
Go get out there and spend some money. Go.
66 this week.
Oh my God!
It just makes you want to go out and be outside. People have been cooped up in their houses all winter. It's
great to see.
Yeah.
It is great to see. By the way, is it negative to not want the Eagles to? Is it negative to not want the Sixers to go make a big trade for Kyle Lowry? Is that somehow being considered negative? A gentleman telling me here, he goes, don't be negative on the Kyle Lowry stuff. I don't want them to make a deal. I don't want them to get rid of Maxey or Thibault. Period.
I don't think Thibault's going anywhere.
No, I don't think Thibault. Maxey,
I hope not.
If it even only for a year, I'm okay losing Maxey for
Wow.
it.
Yeah, me too.
I just don't want it. I like this roster. To me, you have spent years getting young talent, and now you've got a guy in there who can fine-tune a roster even better. To just feel this desperation that 2021 has to be something to me makes no sense. And that's not being negative.
Yeah.
That's being positive for the future.
I don't think it's being negative, but maybe Darrell and Elton look, Tyrese has a skill set of a floater and athleticism, being able to take people off the dribble, get into the rim, but he hasn't shown an ability to shoot yet. So maybe Darrell and Elton are viewing him as not sell high, because I don't think this is as good as he can get, but the allure of him might be worth more than his actual value down the road.
Pat, I've been told that the missing ingredient is love in the cookies.
Oh.
She did, yeah.
Wow.
Okay. That makes sense.
That could have been the missing
That
ingredient.
makes a lot of sense,
Come on,
actually.
T-Dog. You're awesome.
She no longer loves her own son.
She's the best.
Flesh and blood.
I think it may have been a reflection on us.
You know she does love. She loves Kyle Lowry.
She does?
She wants him in a Sixers uniform. It's the two things she told me. She handed me a bag of cookies.
I get the desperate. I do not. I swear to you, and maybe I'm the dense one here. I'm not the person to say like, "Oh, you guys are idiots." I swear to you, I do not understand the desperation that people are like, "We got to make a move. Got to make a move." It's 2021. This window of opportunity for this roster is just beginning. I don't understand the desperation.
Well, I don't think look, I've had one person in the NBA say to me, the Tyrese Maxeys of the world, they're a dime a dozen. Like, you got him at the 21st pick, whatever it was. You can get a guy like that. The question is Tyrese Maxey in the next few years that one of those special pieces that's going to help you get over the top? I don't know. There might be guys on this roster already in front of him in the next couple of years that prevent him from being that.
If you had one of the young guys in the roster, are we in agreement that it would be Thibault, Maxey? That Thibault is ahead of the list as far as...
Thibault and Shake are ahead of Max.
So Thibault and Shake, but ahead of him. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And part of the reason I don't view it as desperation is Joel is playing so good. You don't want to look back...
Well...
Sorry, you're right. Mother Teresa does good. You don't want to look back 5-6 years from now and go, damn, that was the year.
Here's the thing.
You should have pushed in because Joel was the MVP of the league.
I know why you're saying that. Joel's 25?
Yeah, 26.
25 or 26?
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. 25, 26.
Right.
You would not say that about any other young ascending star.
Because he has an injury history.
But that's why we're saying it. Because we're sitting on pins and needles every single night.
I've always said you have to treat Joel Embiid with a 4 to 7 year window. Like in his prime.
How far are we in?
You're probably in year like
2 or 3.
3?
Well, then that means, so you're talking about.
But that's best case scenario to me is you're getting like 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
So I have a fear of the future and.
Well, you said 4 to 7. That means next year would be it.
Well, like of his, like a 3 to 7 year win. Like, because there's unknown with him. I just don't. I think it's a limited time you have with Joel Embiid, so I need to try every year I can.
I think it's also a limited time with Ben if they don't win a championship. I think Ben would force his way out. Like, you don't worry about the first extension with a player. You worry about the next extension, and we see it time and time again where these stars force their way out, whether it's Anthony Davis to L.A., and I could totally see Ben Simmons in 4 years or so saying, "Yeah, I'm out of here."
Yeah, but guess what? 4 years by now, I expect to have had a parade.
You could have one this year if you go all in. I don't look at it like desperation.
Here's the whole deal, though. To me is that you can outweight the Nets. This is a short window of opportunity for the Nets.
Yeah, it is.
Or not?
Yeah, no, it is. But I just look at it.
So you can outweight the Nets, then you're the best team in the East.
Yeah, I think you're looking at it a little bit differently.
I'm looking for a long-term viability.
And I think everyone is, but I don't think that they're going to give up so many things to get a Kyle Lowry that it negates the future.
Yeah, your core is still intact.
Yeah.
Hey, the law firm for injured workers is Martin Law. Check out our friends at Martin Law. Visit paworkinjury.com. And in the Cooney's Corner, there were fans back in the building last night. Would have been great if they saw a real game.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
And this,
I'm not putting up with it.
This weekend really made me feel the tingle of fans.
Tingle, eh?
Oh,
yeah.
Bobby having some red wine?
Yeah, little tingle.
You felt
Who doesn't like a good
eh?
boner?
Yeah, like I started
Tingle in
watching.
your dingle?
John, you and I love both
Yeah,
love
I'll
doing
bang
this, and so does Jamie. Watching golf on Saturday and
Yes.
Sunday, and in Orlando, Bay Hill at Arnold Palmer's tournament, there was a good amount of fans there. And Jamie put out on Twitter and texted us about Bryson DeChambeau, who we're going to talk about later, and the reaction to him. Like, that was fun to me. And then you go to the Flyers game last night, and although there were limited people there, the Let's Go Flyers chants in an empty building by some 1,500, whatever it was, 3,000 people, it made me say, oh, my God, I hope there's fans there for the NCAA tournament, because it just brings a different feel to me watching it on TV. It rivets. It ups.
Riveting.
It's riveting.
Rivets a tool.
It ups the hype for me watching it on TV.
Or rivets of the little nubs at Philadelphia Pretzel Factory.
Yes, those are delicious little
they
nubs.
are delicious.
When I noticed it most was in the first period, there was that awful goalie interference call against TK.
Oh, my God,
where
that
he
was
got like
horrible.
double checked into the goalie. Right after that, refs, you suck.
Yeah.
Refs, you suck. And I was like, I missed that.
Yeah, but like the golf yesterday, that was the most fans I've seen at any event.
Mashed potatoes.
Right on top of each other.
I was hoping those guys would stay home.
Yeah, I know. You could filter
I
that
said
out.
those guys
you
would
wish
stay
would
home.
stay home. But
Bobby!
it was I can't believe how much fans in the stands really mean to me watching a sporting event.
To
I don't
me-
know why, but it does.
Bob, though, to me, it wasn't the in the game hearing them. It was the idea that they were there.
Yeah.
It was the idea that you can hopefully feel like we're seeing some light here. That fans getting back into the building and everything. That, to me, is what was so exciting about it.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you. To me, that's a real sign of progress and getting back to normalcy is the fact that we had
Normalcy?
Yeah, that's
Normalcy.
That's
I like
normalcy.
normal. Okay.
Normalcy.
I'll go.
Normalcy, though. It sounds.
Normalcy. It sounds smarter when he says
If
it.
you would have said it with more conviction, I think
said
you
it
would
with
have
a
gotten away
Phil-
with it.
I said
doubted
it with a
yourself.
Philadelphia accent, all right? But it's a sign of progress and getting back to the way things used to be before the pandemic.
I love it. I mean, that to me is the most uplifting thing about it all is seeing fans back in there just says, okay, we could hope for a fan fest this year.
Yeah.
Which is what I've heard about from everybody in the world about
It's a
how
day.
awesome it is. And so this gives me hope. This gives me hope that we're rounding a corner and that things are happening.
Definitely.
And the effect it had on me watching it, I was surprised. But then, like DeChambeau, what he was trying to do yesterday, hit this drive over this lake. I don't know if that happens if there's nobody behind him, like, let the big dog hunt and all that stuff, all the stuff that's coming. He got juiced from those fans yesterday. And
Yeah, let the big dog hunt.
They're not making any noise, though. They're not cheering him.
Well, they
cheer him
were
after.
getting,
But they
yeah.
cheer him after.
But
Well,
just
when he was
seeing them
walking
and
to the
their
tee,
energy,
they
yeah.
were giving him. When he was walking to the tee, they were pumped up. So I wonder how it's going to affect the local teams. Like, are the Flyers much better when they have fans in the stands, or are they just the bad hockey
Sixers
team
definitely
we've
are
seen?
better.
Sixers
Seems
are
like
definitely
it, yeah.
Joel Embiid's been missing out on MVP chants every time he steps to the free throw line.
And they still instinctively do the play
Yeah,
the crowd
yeah.
like, oh, God, there's nobody here.
Yeah,
Dwight
and
Howard.
Steph made comment about it after winning the 3-point contest last night. He was like, "Yeah, I could have done without the fake crowd noise for whoever's in here." Like, I think it's a conscious thing that they're noticing. And,
Well, they do that in Albuquerque.
Yeah,
Their football
The
team
fake-
used to
the
do
fake
the fake crowd
noise.
noise too. I was let me give it here though. As far as the hockey team last night and Pat Egan, that was crappy.
Wasn't good.
That was crappy.
Zamboner Nation was flaccid last night.
And I got to tell you this: I watched the TV for 2, and then I went in and listened to the radio for 3, just to change things up.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you, Tim Saunders, not whining about the officials every freaking shift. For God's sakes, I can't do it. I'm telling you, I'm literally going to have to just sync up the radio broadcast with the TV pictures with the pictures on TV.
No, that's a good thing to do.
Jim Jackson, stop it. Stop. Every single call is not against the Flyers. Every single call. There were bad calls in both games, Saturday and Sunday. There were bad calls. Not every bad call is, Flyers up. Here we go again.
No call.
Here we go again. No call. Oh, geez. Look at this. It's like, shush. Seriously. It's ridiculous. And then what happened on Saturday? So I'm getting ready to get out of the shower, so I've got the game on pause. So then I come in and take the game off pause.
Right.
They score. The Penguins score when I go in to the shower and make it 4-3 in the third period. So, and what does he got is, well, I don't want to make any excuses. I don't want to make excuses, but.
That stuck out. I heard that too.
And then Jim Jackson starts into this, I don't want to make excuses, but.
But here they are.
Jim, it's a 4-3 game in the third period. And you're making like, don't want to make excuses. Jim, the game's not over. It's 4-3. Seriously?
And what was the excuse? Was it the COVID?
What the hell is that?
Did he bring in the COVID?
Yes. He's like, well, I don't want to make excuses, but.
But it's a weekend.
But. It's COVID. The Flyers have not had their whole team together. It's 4-3 in the third period. It's not 7-2.
Wow, this rattled you.
You know what?
I've rarely seen you this animated.
It's ridiculous to me. First of all, the whining about officiating. For God's sakes, it is a Flyer fan thing more than anything that I've ever seen. And it never changes. It never changes. It was the way when I worked for him, it was the way it was. It's the way it is now. There's a conspiracy. It's all against the Flyers. BS, stop. But more importantly, when a game's 4-3 in the third period, stop. You're making preemptive excuses. Well, I don't want to make excuses, but.
For my generation, he has single-handedly kept alive the refs are against the Flyers. And in high school especially, I would tell, my fellow students or whatever, when we would talk hockey, they're not getting screwed. These refs don't care about the Broad Street Bullies. But every broadcast, no call.
Seriously, what the blank? And more importantly, it's such a little brother approach. It's such a little brother approach. They're out to get us. We're being put upon. The officials are out to get us. It's like, and you perpetuate this crap.
Well, there has to be some reason they haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1975.
I'll tell you this, I laugh.
It's much easier to go with the conspiracy theory.
I don't know.
I'm telling you this is that it's the and the yelling. Tim Saunders. I got to tell you, Tim Saunders.
He's phenomenal.
But the thing is, I have to learn the sync up, and it's a very delicate thing. Syncing up the radio broadcast with your TV. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's a little off, and then you hear something happens before it happens, and then you're distracted, because I'm very easily distractible. But I'm like, it was just like, my God, it's 4-3. It's not 7-3. And it's like,
found a trigger here.
I don't want to make excuses, but, no, I got another one. The commercial with Bernie. That Bernie's on. There's like seven commercials, and they just round through them. They're like every commercial break, you see the same commercials, and the one with Bernie Perrant is in it, and it's like about the fans coming back to the building. He goes, "You remember why we do this?" And Bernie's showing Stanley Cup rings from the 50 years ago. I'm like, for God's sakes, hopefully, Bernie, seriously. Bernie has to remind us all, hey, Bernie, here's those rings. And by the way, they look tiny compared to championship rings today.
Yeah.
Compared to the rings today. I want to remind everybody why we do this. Bernie, you're showing the pictures of those rings when 60% of the TV audience wasn't born when you won those rings.
Well, you have to remind the people why they do it, because they haven't won one in so long.
I swear to you. Tim Saunders, though, bravo.
Him and Coatsy do a great job.
It's a conversation with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they're also, that broadcast is hilarious. Like, I'm lucky to produce it, so I'm a little biased, but
that's funny. They didn't say the same thing when I talked to Coatsy
they can't stand me. But they had a great line on, I think, Saturday's game when one of the Penguins scored, and it was his first NHL goal, but then he left because he got drilled. And Coatsy said something to the effect of, well, somebody will tell him about his first NHL goal later.
I was listening to
that. With Steve Coates, there's always going to be some colorful.
Oh, yeah.
But I also, though, I don't think I'm going to get inundated with the refs are out to get us and there's a conspiracy and everything. Let's get to the point. The Flyers sucked this weekend.
Yes, weren't good.
And this team has a problem with any kind of success. They go up by a goal, they lag. And they lead the NHL in giving up goals when you take the lead, giving up that tying goal right
That doesn't surprise me.
They're just God. It's like there's just this lag in their emotion or otherwise. And I've never seen a team look so scrambled. And AV's got to work on this. I've never seen a team that scrambled getting out of their own zone.
Yeah.
It is like they're panic stricken. There's no breakout. Pat, I bet you your men's league team has better breakouts.
You can stop by the barn tonight. We got a 10:30 puck drop, Johnny. I'll get you tickets.
Which one?
I'll tell you off fair.
Okay,
I don't need the fans in the
crowd.
It's just limited number of fans in the stands.
How hard is it to have a breakout?
Their offense is really struggling right now.
You know what? They constantly try to break out between the face-off dots, straight up the slot, where they invariably turn it over up at the blue line.
And
last night I counted 9.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's pee-wee hockey stuff.
It was one of their strengths last year, too. Their outlet passes last year were really a strength. And even, when they got to the playoffs in the bubble, it was really good. But then when you went up against a really good defensive Canadian team and then an Islander team, they were able to negate it a little bit. And you're seeing the Gostis Bears turn it over. And the Voracek, for as much as he puck handles, it seems like 50% of his passes are picked.
And they're trying to do these home runs. They're literally a stride from the goaltender, who, by the way, last night, don't blame the goaltender. And Bob and I were texting during the game about it. I saw Carter Hart last night, an aggressive Carter Hart, working his angles out on the edge of the blue circle and the crease. Last night, he looked like Carter Hart. That looked like the Carter Hart you want him to be.
Yeah, he looked normal last night, yeah.
His shoulders square, only dipping the shoulders when he's trying to get through traffic, when he's trying to see something through traffic. That was very promising last night despite the loss. Very, very promising despite the loss. You want to get in with a 610-632-0975. Get ready, everybody. The Nostalgia Tour is upon us, and I don't think I'm that thrilled for it. We'll get to it next. It's the John Kincade Show. Happy Monday from the entire crew here at 97.5 The Fanatic. The Parx Casino Sportsbook app is right there on my mobile device, and I love it. And I love that slow and methodical can win the race. Now, look, what I enjoy is the idea that I don't have to go in for big money. I can just put a few dollars on a game, and I can really enjoy it. I can do future betting if I want to talk about what's going to go on this year in Major League Baseball. I want to bet over-under totals on wins. Or I have the opportunity to in-game wager, which is sort of cool. If you sense you know the way the game's going, you've got the opportunity to get in and take advantage of your expertise and turn it into cash. And the Parx Casino Sportsbook app gives you amazing, amazing incentives every single day. And I've been playing some of the Parx specials. Like I took one on Saturday for $5. And it was, will both New York teams win on Saturday afternoon? I took it. It won. Look, it's a lot of fun. It's the Parx Casino Sportsbook app. Download it now or go to parxcasino.com/PA. You can get a $500 risk-free bet, so check it on out. Bet with Pennsylvania's home team sports betting app. You got to be 21 or older in Pennsylvania. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
I know that most people find his calm leadership to be a gentle, soothing beacon at a time of great social chaos.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Cuz. Listen, spring training isn't just for ball players. You could also get into shape before the warmer weather. Yeah. It only takes 40 days to lose 20 to 40 plus pounds with NJ Diet. NJ Diet's contractually guaranteed program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements based on your hair, saliva, blood work. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep it all for the rest of your life. Not sure if you can do it alone? You're fully monitored by their certified staff, and you'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery. Lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in 40 days, contractually guaranteed with NJ Diet. Located close by in Princeton and Cherry Hill. You don't leave your house. NJ Diet, also available nationwide with live online video consultations. Visit njdiet.com or call 855-5NJ-DIET. That's 855-5NJ-DIET. Or go to njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-333-1750. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Charles Barkley in a pickup game.
We'll take Barkley.
Ha! First pick. Sorry, kids. Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision.
Okay, here's the plan. Pass me the ball every time.
This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One NA member FDIC.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Changing your oil. We've got what you need. Regular changes are the best way to keep your engine running smooth. We'll help you find the right oil for your make and model and everything to help you finish the job right, like drain pans, filters, and funnels. And we've got more ways to get it all fast, like our next day delivery and our free same-day pickup, in-store or curbside. Getting the job done just got easier. Restrictions and details at AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p, unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
Good morning, privates!
Good morning, Drill Sergeant!
I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone?
Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
2 chocolate chip muffins coming in. Thank you.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Hey, can someone get that?
Like at Claire's Cafe. To satisfy demand for takeout, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Mike Miss here to tell you about my friends at Cinch. Cinch delivers propane grill tanks right to your doorstep so you'll never have to run out of propane. Right now, Cinch is offering new customers to get their first tank exchange for just $10 when they use my promo code Mike. Just go to cinch.com, spelled CYNCH.com, pick a delivery date that's convenient for you, and use the promo code Mike at checkout to get your first tank exchange for just $10. No more going through the hassle of lugging the used tank to the store. Stay safe and stay grilling with Cinch.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Yes, I'm a seasoned broadcaster, but I've also got a fine head of hair.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
7 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show, brought to you by my sportsbook app of choice. It's the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You can download it at parkscasino.com/PA and use the promo code FANATIC. Sometimes people hear things and they think it's strange. Gentleman's like, you're being a total like boomer on the thing. People want to get out after COVID. I'm like, dude, I'm from Albuquerque. I mean, I lived in the first state that opened. I was in the first state that opened during this entire thing. I fully embrace opening up. I think we are gentlemen on YouTube saying, "Oh my gosh, you're being so bad about this virus." I'm like, dude, I spent an entirely different pandemic than I've spent up here.
What did we say about
me saying that Atlanta made a mistake this weekend?
Which
it did. This because it's a bad look for the NBA that the hotels were overrun, the club scene was overrun. The lines for the biggest clubs always have a big line. They always have the big line outside and everything. And supposedly there were some of them that were pre-COVID length lines, which is just something that they have not seen. And the 12 shootings, too, really wasn't good either. There were a lot of visitors coming into town and a lot of people fighting, so not good stuff. Let's get started here in the 7 o'clock hour. And I got to tell you, I don't know why, but I'm not feeling the joy of the Eagles' nostalgia tour on the offensive line. And really the idea of Howie's game of kick the can, which is what's been going on with the salary cap situation. First, I've got eternal respect for Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson, Brandon Brooks. Totally, absolutely will always have an utmost respect. And I'm also completely fine that Johnson and Brooks being back. But Kelce still playing at a solid level. The move of bringing him back feels like when the Phillies held on to their 2008 championship pieces for 1 or 2 seasons too long. And I absolutely fully embrace that I will most likely be in the complete minority here. I also believe that by November, I got a great chance to be right. I just don't think it's smart to keep putting off the inevitable. It created the Phillies' current situation where we haven't seen a winning season in how many years? 7, 8? Because you held on to nostalgia. So I ask you, are we trying to win a terrible division? Or are we actually talking about trying to win a Super Bowl here in Philadelphia? Because if your answer is the latter, you cannot support this offseason plan that we are seeing being put into action. When you restructure the deals of these older players, what you've done is you've kicked the can of responsibility on salary cap. I heard on our own station, I heard callers and some hosts talking about, well, Howie's very masterful. Look at him getting money off the books. And he's taking care of that salary cap situation. You do not understand what he's doing. He's borrowing against the future. And more importantly, he's tying you to older players later in their career. He's kicking the can, and he's making you, down the line, have to make terrible decisions about older players that are going to be now having more guaranteed money. It's not some parlor trick that Howie Roseman is doing. I do not agree. I wanted to rip off the Band-Aid year in 2021. I wanted them to take it in the shorts. And I wanted 2022 to be potentially when you're coming out of this. By some of the moves Howie Roseman's doing, he is delaying the inevitable. Maybe for his successor. And that's where we begin the 7 o'clock hour with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I'll take you to November the 10th. It's November the 10th, Bob.
Okay.
So let's go into the time machine and let's go forward. It's November 10th. How do you feel about where this Eagles team is? Based on what Howie's doing, giving more job security to older players in future years in order to try to massage a salary cap to get out of a situation that he created. Are you expecting older players to be healthy and playing at a high level, get back to the way they were playing before? How do you see it?
It's, part of me wants. I hear exactly what you're saying, and you're right. You are kicking money down the lane or kicking the can on the money situation. I do like for a football team that they might have some semblance of a normal offensive line. And maybe you see what happens, but what is this year about? I'm really thinking out loud. I'm not making a point here.
That's what I'm saying is.
Yeah, and
what's it about?
I don't know, and that's the hard part of it. Like, you do have to have an offensive line out there. You do have to see if Jalen Hurts is your starting quarterback. You for the future. I don't know. Like, in the future, is this all going to come to a head? Like, oh my God, there's no more can to kick down. Down the lane.
That's all he's doing with this salary cap situation right now.
Yeah.
And Jamie, it's like the guy that to me in the NFL, the fan who walks around wearing their NFC East champion T-shirts drives me crazy. It's like right now, Howie Roseman is trying to win the crappy NFC East. I don't get it. The NFC East, this team is not winning a Super Bowl in 2021. Period. They're not.
No.
So what are you trying to do? You're trying to build a Super Bowl champion, right?
Well, they had to get $70 million off the books or restructured. Like, the salary cap is a strange thing in the NFL because it's very malleable. It's not a hard cap.
Look at that word. See?
Yeah,
Megan,
it's a LaSalle word.
Yeah.
It's people. It isn't what you think it is. Like, it's not a hard. It's a hard cap without being a hard cap. Like, what Howie Roseman does 10 years ago was kind of, whoa, look at this guy. He really knows his numbers. Now it's like standard practice. Me and you can get on Spot Track and dive into a contract detail and go, oh, all right, well, if you re-guarantee some money here on the back end, it's like, it's commonplace now.
But what you've done is you've dragged Darius Slay into, while he's declining. You've dragged all of these offensive linemen. You have dragged them in their declining years to being stuck with them longer if it doesn't work out.
I was just looking at Lane Johnson's contract. He signed through 2025.
Well, guess what, though? If Lane...
But if you're giving him more like workout bonus and guaranteed money up front, like Darius Slay, I think is different because you re-guaranteed his fourth and fifth year.
Which, by the way, try moving that contract.
Yeah. I don't like Howie Roseman doesn't get any credit for me. Bottom line,
we got media members in this town going. Yeah.
I mean, this is what he had to do.
Look at Howie's a master. Try moving that Darius Slay contract.
Yeah, it's what he had to do.
Who wants that Darius Slay contract?
You had to get out from under $70 million.
And you know what you could have done? You could have been all in on being crappy in 2021.
But then there would have been, if you were doing that, like I was doing the math like 2 weeks ago, and I had him at $76 million in dead cap. If you were to like rip the Band-Aid off with like a BG or somebody else like that, that's like another $22 million. Like they would have been like first, second, and third all time in dead cap eaten. For players.
And in 1 year.
So they weren't going to sink. My point is they weren't going to sink $120 million in dead cap or whatever.
This is the city that loved. This is the city that said, we're willing to be fed dog poop sandwiches for 3 or 4 years.
Well, the NFL's different.
To try to win in the NBA.
Yeah, but the NFL's different.
1 year.
Yeah.
Not eat poop. 1 year.
They weren't going to field a team with $60 million. Like, you know what I mean?
I get you, but gosh, there's teams that have been fielded in the NFL with 75.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, I just didn't think the Band-Aid was going to come. I still think more is coming.
Thing is, though, what are you doing?
That's the key question.
They're looking.
What is the goal for this season?
They're trying to win a crappy division.
But doesn't this kind of fit the narrative that we've grown accustomed to with this team? Is they're so delusional? Like this, to me, this fits. Bringing back Jason Kelce. First of all, I'm shocked Jason Kelce even wanted to come back because I wanted to come back if I were him. But
I admire him wanting to come back.
Me too, actually. But this fits the narrative of, we can win now when everybody says, bro, the Emperor has no clothes. You cannot win now. You're not very good.
You're surprised Jason Kelce wants to collect $15 million next year?
Well, I mean, no.
Just had another kid.
No,
I mean, it's not going to feed itself.
I'll tell you, though, is that, again, Jason Kelce and Brooks and if there is a market for Brooks out there, and by the way, most legitimate, I haven't seen a real legitimate source telling you that you get some of these little websites that tell you, here's this trade's coming.
Yeah. You'd be selling so cheap on Brooks, I don't even know if it's worth it.
I don't think it's worth it either. What are you going to get, a third-day draft pick?
Yeah.
But money, if someone was willing to take the money off the books, which would be a viable move.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if somebody does trade, if someone trades for Zach Ertz, which we're hearing could very well happen.
Yeah, this week.
Right.
Which could very well happen. By the way, if you go back 8 weeks. We've been doing this show 10 weeks. This week 10. Go back 8 weeks. The same exact articles you read the last 2 days. Teams are calling about Zach Ertz.
Yeah. Well, it's actually getting close to the new calendar year now.
People were calling then, too, supposedly.
You know what makes me nervous of all this, and it ties into the kind of the label that we put on Howie, smartest guy in the room?
Yes.
I literally this weekend closed my eyes and heard him saying we were able to shed salary and stay competitive. And it's going to drive me nuts.
Here's the one thing, too, though, is people are like, oh, but the salary cap's going to go up. Salary cap's going to go up, so this doesn't even matter. There's going to be money to spend. The Eagles won't be in this trouble. The Eagles are in the crappiest cap situation, arguably, in the NFL.
Yes.
In 2021. So when the rest of the NFL gets money and you're still in your crappy situation, you still have the crappiest situation in the NFL.
Yeah, but next year it won't be as bad as it was this year.
But every other team benefits from that.
Yeah,
every other team that has a reasonable
Carson's
cap.
numbers coming off the books too.
Correct.
Which is huge.
That will absolutely help.
Yes.
But by that time, are you shopping for a new quarterback?
Probably.
In free agency?
I would imagine
I hope not.
You're moving up in the first round to try and get... I mean, look, I don't want to say that Jalen Hurts has no shot, but there's a good chance you're in the quarterback draft next year.
I hope Jalen Hurts proves everybody. I would love to see him prove everybody.
Oh, it's one less thing you have to worry about.
Sure,
if he
I'd
goes
love
out
it
there,
too.
That'd be great. Especially to add on to that, it's a draft pick that you didn't waste.
Yes.
For a franchise that has wasted so many draft picks, if Jalen Hurts actually proves that he can play, that is so massive because it's Howie Roseman actually, for once, hitting on a draft pick and not failing at one.
And it's got to be part of the reason that he's paying these offensive linemen money. Look, if I got to see what Jalen Hurts really is, if I want to be proven that I was right in taking him, I have to protect him somehow. And your best bet, money aside, which is hard to do, right, John? But money aside, your best bet is to probably have Brooks and Johnson and Kelsey and those guys in there.
I am not paying Jason Kelsey $15 million in 2021. Period. Nostalgia tour. Period. I'm not doing it. You're paying him $15 freaking million?
Yeah, I don't.
To do what? To go 8-8?
Well, if it's another $15 million in dead cap,
to go 7-9,
are you going to eat that? Like, at some point, Jeffrey Lurie's got to go. All right. I mean, I'm literally flushing half my salary cap down the toilet. Like, it's amazing that Howie has a job.
If you
when you have this conversation,
1 year, Jamie. You tell me 1 year could just be miserable here. Miserable on the football field. But there's a plan. Then I'm happy.
Yeah, but I don't have faith in the guy making the plan. Like, that's the problem is if it was, and this reminds me of the Brett Brown era a little bit of until they let go of the guy, then I don't have really faith that they'll work it out. I believe they have a plan. I just have no faith that they can execute it.
Check out the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. You can download it at parkscasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC, and you can get yourself a risk-free bet up to $500, which is a nice thing if you can get that, too. Bob's all lathered up. You feeling good there, Joel?
I just put some antibacterial hand sanitizer.
Well, you and Jennifer Aniston, why you both look that good?
Oh yeah, well they called me, but I said no, let Jen have it. She can have the commercial. I'm good. I'm just a morning show guy. But yeah, I do the.
She's
Aveeno.
a morning show actress.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Hey,
I haven't seen that.
That's good work on your part.
Yeah, I heard it's good.
By the way, not. God, it sounds like a put down if I say it that way. Not a bad show.
Okay,
I've heard it's solid.
I don't think it's anything that you would.
It's with Reese Witherspoon too, right?
And,
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell,
right?
I don't believe that's. I don't believe you.
Not up my alley.
I don't think you're going to be that riveted.
Okay,
I really
I'm going to give it a try though.
I don't think it's a good show.
Yeah, it was better than I thought.
It's not something where I would tell somebody you've got to watch this.
I went into it thinking it was going to be a comedy.
I did too,
and it is not.
No, it's not a comedy. But guess
I
what,
thought
though?
it was.
Having worked in the media, as long as you have,
you view it differently.
Yeah, but isn't it pretty?
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty believable.
Billy Crudup's character in that show is amazing.
It's pretty believable. Hey, in the linchpin, let's just say the NBA didn't have its finest moment.
This is the linchpin.
Yeah, the NBA screwed the pooch here. I'm not alone in thinking it. Bobby Portis, who's a player who's been around, he's never been an all-star or anything like that. He had a tweet this weekend that caught my attention. I went, Yeah, you're right. He said they should have just named the all-star teams, given them their money, and let them go spend the weekends with their family. Look, I know Turner had financial money in the game. The NBA had. It's all about money. That's the bottom line. I'm not naive. I understand.
Reportedly $58 million, though, for the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, $58 million, which helps the cap.
In hindsight, anybody exposed bringing that into the stars of the game weekend, like Ben and Joel, we hope, remain negative, but they entered a NBA circle of the elite of the elite. It was the 1%ers of the NBA. And in hindsight, for an exhibition game, I understand money, yada, yada. It was just dumb. It was not worth it to play an
decision.
Yeah, it was also forced. The dunk contest at halftime. A month ago they weren't going to have the game. Now they have the game. It's just, I think they screwed up royally.
And the 4 Jamokes, 5 of us sitting here.
By the way, when
said,
did Jamokes become? Jamokes has now entered our vernacular.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
I did not know Jamokes.
It's one of Egan's.
Okay.
But we said it here a month ago. We said the exact thing. Don't do it. Adam Silver, you have done a tremendous job with running the NBA ever since all this started. Name your all-star teams. Give them, whatever money in their contracts that they get. Hopefully the players could say something like, you know what, we didn't perform for the fans, so we're going to donate it, or whatever it may be. Make a bright spot out of something that you should have canceled. You should have just canceled it.
It's so surprising to me they made this decision, because I do think Silver's a bright guy.
Yeah. Oh, he is tremendous.
I think he's a bright guy. I think the NBA,
he's great.
When you compare the NBA to the NHL, it's like A-ball compared to the Major League.
Yeah, and kudos to Joel Embiid donating his All-Star weekend.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Salary payment, whatever they call it, to the homelessness in Philadelphia foundations. And I think Joshua Harris and David Blitzer both matched it, which is awesome. Which is incredible. And Joel, we're really lucky to have somebody so in tune with reality, because, he views 100,000 right now as like, yeah, all right, it's a little pocket change for me. I got the Under Armour Mountain Dew money. I might as well just cut this off to a good foundation.
He may be doing the Gronk thing, where, with Gronk with his money. Do you know that?
Did he?
Gronk has every dollar from his original contract.
Okay, this is what Marshawn Lynch did.
His original contract with the Patriots. Gronk has not spent $1 of it.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch lived only off of endorsements. Yeah,
he lived off of endorsements. He has spent money on his second contract, but that's where Gronk is now trying to. Gronk and Shaq are doing a lot of business together now.
Oh, is that right?
And they're doing these fun houses and parties and everything. Gronk's sort of like a protege Shaq on how to grow after your career's over. And Gronk's career is obviously still thriving.
Yeah.
But that's great. Joel Embiid is just...
He gets it.
Man, he really gets it.
Yeah.
He understands the joy. He has such joy about going about his life.
And seeing him troll the NBA last night on Twitter was awesome.
That was good.
And Mickey Mouse game, he called it. He's just the best.
I mean, it was such a... He is such a breath of fresh air.
He really is. And he's got this personality that is just infectious. Did you see this all coming?
I mean...
Well, when you
first this come as it's gone on?
I think a little bit of both. Like when you first saw him and he's sitting out, with the cast on his foot, he was still this big personality, and fun, and a guy that guys went to. And now I think as his game has grown, so has his awareness of who he is and what he means to this city. And I think it's all grown perfectly together. And he's done, and his handlers, whoever's advising him also, they've done a terrific job.
The fact is, he is the most important athlete right now in the city of Philadelphia. And
it's not even close.
Arguably the most accessible, too. I mean,
that's good, too.
He's always out and about in the city. People have run into him at bars and restaurants and clubs, and he's willing to talk to him. Like,
but he doesn't drink.
He drinks Shirley Temples.
He says alcohol is nasty. That's what he told me.
Yeah, I mean, look,
he's in the Shaq camp, though.
Good.
That same thing.
I mean,
really?
I put the Shirley Temple on the map. He stole it. Whatever. I'm not mad about it. But
too sugary, the Shirley
Temple. It's not.
Temple.
No, it's delicious. But
you're talking Egan.
Unlike your mom's cookies.
Yes, those are trash today.
It's a bad batch.
Yeah, but you're willing. You can go up and have a conversation with him, and he's not going to blow you off. And that, to me, is huge with going a long way in this city.
Telling you, gotta love it. Hey, save up to 50% on almost everything right now at Mattress Warehouse. Plus, get 0% interest financing for 60 months and free delivery on all orders over $799. Sleephappens.com. You got to check that out. We will have...
Sleep doesn't happen well for you, though. I'm getting nervous about you that you're sending out texts and stuff at 6 in the morning on the weekends.
I was in the building gym yesterday at 6:30.
Oof.
I was awake. Once I know I'm awake, I can turn over. Like Saturday morning, I was able to at least roll over. My body's waking me up every day at 4, like right around 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So then I rolled over Saturday and was out. I was done. I was done. Sunday morning, it was just not. It just wasn't happening. Huh. And the thing is, I go to church Saturday, so I don't have to get up Sunday.
Right.
And I find myself awake and ready to go. And just so I went over, I got a workout in, and then wandered on over on Mary Jane Lane to a great breakfast spot.
Nice.
Had myself
very good.
Had myself a scrapple, fried egg, and provolone cheese on whole grain sandwich, which was exceptional.
Wow.
I know Pat loves the nudies.
I went there yesterday.
I mean, who doesn't love some nudies?
Mine?
No, I went to the one in Wayne.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Nudies.
Everybody likes getting a nudie.
I had a pork roll and cheese on Sunday.
Yes, that's the important word.
That's great. I have not had any. I have not had any pork roll since my return.
Pork roll is the most underrated.
Oh,
it's the most underrated breakfast sandwich meat.
Now,
it needs to be more commonplace.
Is it Taylor?
No, it's funny. I couldn't find because I was having trouble finding pork
Taylor
roll
in the brick.
North Jersey, they call it Taylor ham, not pork roll.
They do.
Yeah,
I
psycho
know they
stuff.
do. I can't help it, but they live at exits.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a little different. They identify their towns by exit.
Yeah, what exit are you?
Jersey bash.
North exit. That's north.
What's your exit, Bob?
Yeah, that's You don't talk exits till you get 10 and above.
So there is I've been having trouble. I've been having trouble finding the pork roll. I don't want the pre-sliced pork roll.
Oh, you want the actual?
Like my mom had the one where you had to pull back
like that wax cover,
sort of like that rubbery cover.
Yeah, but it's still sliced.
No.
Oh, really?
It comes in
and you slice it yourself?
Yeah, you slice it yourself.
Oh, well, I never had that one.
But you had to pull like a cask off, like casking off it, like
right.
A strange thing. I want some. So tell me where you can find it. Tell me where you can find it. So the girls left for Disney yesterday, and they are going to
some FOMO.
Going to the Magic Kingdom today.
Nice. Love me some Magic Kingdom.
Oh, gosh. Magic. You know what's great is when you're waiting to get in. And then you're waiting there like you're waiting to get in and they're opening up the gates. It's magical. It is. It's magical.
It's the happiest place
It is
on
a
earth.
magical place. I'm glad they're having a great time this week while Dad works. Great. Hey, if you want to get in with us, 610-632-0975. Could this guy really be winning a job? And when is too much talent a bad thing? We'll get to it all. Next, it's the John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic. I can tell you that my T-Mobile device absolutely works beautifully with my new car. So now I can use Apple CarPlay. So I've got my T-Mobile device with me, and immediately I get in the car, and it's like the car knows me. It knows my T-Mobile device. It knows me. I can use the navigation, everything I need right there in front of me. I love, too, the connectivity because I know with the T-Mobile network, I've got the best connection all over town. So wherever I drive, wherever I see, wherever I go and explore, I know T-Mobile's right along with me. And right now they've got the Magenta 55 Plus plan that includes Netflix. You get 2 lines, unlimited data, just $70 a month. $70 a month, not $70 a month plus a bunch of fees. It's absolutely awesome. So if you're 55 and up, you can get 2 lines, unlimited data, $70 a month, and Netflix is included. Visit T-Mobile.com/55 or call 1-800-T-Mobile today. It's with autopay. Sales tax and regulatory fees are already included in the plan price. So make sure you check it out. Tell them that John Kincade sent you in.
The John Kincade Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
A look ahead to this week in Philly sports, brought to you by Comcast Business. Bounce forward.
The Sixers are back from the All-Star break Thursday versus the Bulls, Friday versus the Wizards, and Sunday versus the Spurs. Hear all 3 games on The Fanatic. The Flyers hit the ice Tuesday versus the Sabres, Thursday and Saturday versus the Caps.
When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get internet speeds of up to a gig and a network with added security. Learn more at ComcastBusiness.com.
If you need a kidney transplant, life may feel like it's moving in slow motion, on hold, in limbo. What you wouldn't give to get the transplant sooner and return to your life faster. The Penn Medicine Transplant Institute offers the most advanced options, including paired kidney exchange, which may shorten your wait time and get you to transplant faster and healthier. Leading the way for over 50 years, Penn Medicine Transplant Institute performs more kidney transplants than anyone else in the region, delivers outcomes that consistently exceed national averages, and with a specialized, dedicated team supporting you in every way, is completely transforming the kidney transplant experience. It's another reason why your life is worth Penn Medicine. Learn more at pennmedicine.org/kidney transplant or call 800-789-PENN.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get started with 100 megabits per second internet for just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. And ask how you can add Comcast Business Security Edge. And for a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Offer ends 3/28/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, installation, taxes, and fees are extra and subject to change. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
2 chocolate chip muffins coming in. Thank you.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
Hey, can someone get that?
Like at Claire's Cafe. To satisfy demand for takeout, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
With no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, banking with Capital One is like the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like Taylor Swift choosing what to wear.
It's looking kind of chilly out today. I think I'll go with a cardigan.
Yep, even easier than that. And with our top-rated app, you can bank anytime, anywhere, making Capital One an even easier decision. That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
New consumer accounts only. Approval required. Terms apply. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business and powered by Intel Core processors. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more. All with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Again, that's 877-ASK-DELL. It's time for some straight talk. Your tax return could look different this year, but you're still going to hear a lot of noise about how to spend it. So when the big carriers tell you to splurge on the latest nonsense, just tune it out. With Straight Talk, you can get a Samsung Galaxy A51 for just $199. Plus, get the $45 unlimited talk, text, and data plan with no contract on America's best networks for up to 50% less. Tune out the nonsense and tune in to Straight Talk. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise.
The crawl space under your home is a breeding ground for moisture and mold. If water invades your crawl space, it could cause damage to your home's foundation and overall structure. If you struggle with moisture and water in your home's crawl space, you need to call the experts. DryTech Waterproofing Solutions is the leader in waterproofing. They offer free consultations and foundation assessments. Mention Miss Anelli, get 15% off. Fanatic listeners, get 15% off when you mention this ad. Visit DryTechCorp.com. DryTech Waterproofing Solutions. Protect your investment.
Dear smart shoppers, ready, set, go. Get a great deal on a new Toyota. Get a complimentary first month's lease payment on a new 2021 Highlander or Highlander Hybrid with $309 a month due for 35 months thereafter with $39.99 due at signing plus taxes and fees. Save now, Toyota.
Security deposit waived on approved credit from Toyota Financial Services for Tier 1 Plus or Tier 3 customers only. Complimentary first month's payment up to $600. Customer responsible for any amount of first month's payment in excess of $600. Call 1-800-79-TOYOTA for details about costs and terms. Varies by region. See dealer for details. Offers end 3/31/21.
Citadel Credit Union has a checking account that's built for you. For a limited time, get $300 when you open a new checking account at citadelbanking.com/radio. Citadel Credit Union, building strength together. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hey Philly, Mobile Mondays are here at Dunkin'. Rewards members grab a $1 medium coffee on Mondays when you order ahead on the Dunkin' app. Not a member yet? Join on the Dunkin' app today and earn rewards. Philly runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Limit 1 per member per Monday.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This is the radio show I always wanted to host here in Philly. Question is whether it's the one you've always wanted to listen to.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Welcome into the Monday morning edition of the John Kincade Show. Jamie Lynch's disapproval of the... Look, Peter August finally got a club to the head with a tire iron on Friday's show. We don't know if he's alive or dead.
That wasn't like a good tire iron.
A tire iron to the head? Is there a character you've wanted to see on a television show get a tire iron to the head?
Yeah, Skylar White.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Well,
Janice on The Sopranos.
Janice is a good one.
Peter August got a tire iron in the stairwell.
The back of the head?
But we don't know if he's dead or not.
Did he see who did it?
No, we saw who did it.
Okay.
Or it looks like we
saw. Was it Stephen A. Smith?
No, it was Franco.
No one cares.
It was Franco. Who was the part that James Franco started on General Hospital? James Franco, the actor.
Yeah. Oh, he was on General Hospital?
Yes.
Oh, no, wait, not the baseball player?
And he played Franco.
Any relation to Julio Franco?
And he played Franco.
His brother.
I'm telling you, I don't think he's Julio Franco.
I bet Julio could still rip one into the gap.
By the way, Julio had a...
They just showed him taking batting practice last week.
By the way, Julio had a do-boy.
A what?
He had a do-boy. Which was a term I was not familiar with till he was a do-boy.
I have no idea what that is.
He had an
errand boy?
A full-time errand boy.
Oh, wow.
And the players would call it, down in Auburn, where I used to live, they would call it his do-boy.
What does that cost you a year, you think?
I had no idea, but he lived with them.
He lived with them?
Lived with them.
How old was the do-boy? He was probably a do-man, I would assume.
No. I'd say 26, 27.
Okay, well, that's a man.
And he would be the do-boy, though.
What do you think you paid him?
I don't know.
What do you
think? He went
60 grand a year or something?
No, I had to get the whole scoop because we used to just...
Does he do grocery shopping, everything, laundry?
We obsessed on this.
Is Julio married?
I think Julio was divorced or married.
Okay.
He may have been whatever at the time. He had a do-boy.
And
that was the term. I knew nothing about what it was. And it was literally this guy did everything.
Clean his house, laundry, everything?
Pick up dry cleaning, clean. Like almost like a
butler, basically.
No, because a butler,
a personal assistant.
He knows. He probably knew his bank account numbers and everything.
It's sort of
right?
like an advanced personal assistant. Because all Julio Franco wanted to do was play baseball. Like he didn't want to do anything else. So he had this guy that would literally do everything for him.
Hey, he's married to the game.
That's good. I mean, he was dedicated to it. I mean, what can you do at that point? So we appreciate you being a part of the John Kincade Show. The more time you spend with us, the better. For those of you on YouTube this morning and Twitch.tv, we got a surprise for you. Coming up on Friday, we will have our first watch party. We'll tell you more about it during the course of the week. The watch party comes your way on Friday. Watch being the key word.
Oh.
Watch is the key word. Mm-hmm. So I'm very surprised at the amount of people that got derailed by pork roll, at least in our YouTube audience.
God, it's delicious.
Everybody now is like pork roll crazy.
They have to slice it. Now, you don't get the pre-sliced, but I do. They have to you always have to use 2 pieces of pork roll in a sandwich.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I
the box of 4 isn't enough.
See,
I get a box of 8. I get 2. I always pick up 2 boxes of 8.
Yeah, that's what I got to start doing.
Yeah.
So you buy the one that's pre-cut?
Yeah.
I don't see the one you're talking about
me
that
neither. I've
often.
never
So maybe
seen
is
that
it
either.
gone?
I don't
But
think
that's
it's
what-
gone.
Maybe why I can't find it. 'Cause
I
I've been
haven't
looking
seen
for
it in a long
I keep
time.
seeing the Nothing scares me worse than and one of my relatives used to buy, lived in Philly her entire life. Okay? She bought the stupid pre-sliced lunch meat. Like where you go up and you pick it off the shelf and it's pre-sliced like from a national brand.
Yeah.
Like a
Turkey Hill or whatever it is.
Like where you go up and it's pre-sliced and you take it and I'm like, you live in Philly. You mean to tell me you don't go to a deli and have them cut it for you fresh? Or even go to the supermarket and have them cut it for you fresh? You don't buy the pre-sliced stuff from like Oscar Mayer. Or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's
no,
pre-sliced.
I've never done
You
that.
don't buy
in a
that.
bind, like it's
Why?
fine.
What bind could you
I
be
don't
in?
know. If I
'Cause
was in
where
a
you
lunch
buy
meat
it, you can
bind.
get it- where you buy it.
To run on lunch meat.
The thing is that where you buy it,
I know.
you could walk 20 steps over and get someone to slice it
One of the
for you.
best advancements in the supermarket world is the pre-slicing of cheese and deli meats as a display case.
Oh my gosh.
It's not bad.
Oh man, as a kid waiting with mom for the lunch meat and cheese.
You get the sample?
Yeah.
Oh, as a kid,
but
you
it
always
was
got a sample.
torture.
Yeah.
Waiting.
Yeah.
Now you can just grab and go. It's nice.
What's interesting is I don't know if this is a good or bad thing. Brian says, annoyed Kincade might be my favorite Kincade.
Oh, you were hot. Like Jamie and I, when we went to get coffee, your face was red.
He goes,
Like you
"Man,
were.
piss me off."
Yeah. You were on a roll.
He says annoyed Kincade may be my favorite. And I can tell you this right now, Cinch Propane has grill tank home delivery, and it brings propane right to your doorstep. Just visit cinch.com, pick a delivery date that's convenient for you, and they will handle the rest.
Grilling season.
Oh. Go on.
Yeah. I was singing a grilling yesterday.
I'm grilling this week, no doubt about it.
Oh, me too.
Well, it's going to be beautiful this week.
Oh,
Yeah.
can't wait.
Hey, in Cooney's Corner, when is too many stars a bad thing?
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
And it might not be.
Since when is it a bad thing?
But Doc Rivers talked last week about somebody mentioned to him about the chemistry that this team seems to have. And he said, yeah, it's not something that you can try to put together. It just happens. And sometimes you don't know how it happens or why it happens, but it just happens. And he said that's what's happening with this team. They have a really good chemistry, and it's not something that he had to try to put his efforts into to get. The thing about the Nets picking up Blake Griffin, about Kevin Durant not playing, yes, talent-wise, John, you said it earlier, they're a step, maybe two steps ahead of the Sixers, right? But you're implementing, I'm just wondering out loud, you're implementing a Blake Griffin. You're going to have to implement a Kevin Durant. Blake Griffin's going to have to come off a bench, something he's never done before. Probably going to have to share a ball more than he's ever done before. I just wonder if maybe the best thing going for the Sixers in trying to, air quote, catch the Nets is that the Nets' chemistry might not be there quick enough come playoff time. Now, can talent override that?
Right.
Perhaps.
I think the best chance for the Sixers right now is injury. Is the Nets not to ever get healthy. To never get everybody back. I think it's their best chance.
Oh, I think their best chance is going to get Kyle Lowry.
Wow.
There you go.
I got to tell you, we'll find out. I'm going to find out today. Add Kyle Lowry to the Sixers, how much their odds go up. Like what the experts believe.
Yeah.
Right now, they're sixth favorites to win the title. Does
What do
Kyle
they have?
Lowry make you fifth?
I don't care what the odds makers say that. I know he makes them better.
So you're telling me the last two things that could stand in their path, the Nets and the Lakers.
Maybe
The Nets and
Milwaukee.
whoever.
We can't discredit them yet.
Okay.
They're good.
Those guys are. That's a huge.
I think.
By the way, without getting to that level, it wasn't a success.
I think relying on. I like Shake Milton a lot. As anybody that knows me, relying on him to be your undeniable bench scorer in a playoff series is still a scary proposition to me. If I can get Kyle Lowry and Shake in a backcourt running with the second unit to offset Ben's minutes, then you're something fierce.
I don't think you're ever going to be in a situation where you are going to be able to outbid teams like the Lakers and Nets in the veteran buyout market. If a player wants to go there and the Nets or Lakers want them, you're going to get them. So you need to be in a position to be number 3 in the pecking order. Kyle Lowry helps you do that. Having an MVP candidate helps you do that. But Kyle Lowry can't hurt you in terms of adding the veteran buyout market. And I think that that's going to be so key with how this team is built for the stretch run.
I also think
that's great logic on that point.
I also think Kyle Lowry wants to be here.
I do too.
And that devalues him to the Raptors. Like the only other, I was talking about it with Devon on Friday night. The only other team that kind of makes sense as like a dark horse a little bit would be Miami. Outside of that,
Miami played in the finals last year.
I know.
Yeah. It makes a ton of sense.
Oh,
you
yeah.
add Kyle Lowry to the Heat.
But between
they could beat the Sixers.
That's the only team I think outside of Philadelphia that makes sense for Kyle Lowry. I don't think the Raptors have a huge market for him. And I think Darryl and Elton know that, and they're not going to overpay.
I don't know why, but I feel really strongly that he is going to end up
He
here.
wants to be here.
I really do. I really think he's going to be here.
Because you just know. He
has not spoken to anyone.
He sold his Toronto house already.
We already knew that the Toronto house.
I know.
The Toronto house was for sale in August.
Yeah, but it sold.
But it was for sale in August. Has nothing to do with
What
the
did it go
Sixers.
for? 5.1 or 5.2?
You know that
I think he bought it for
exchange rate's terrible.
I think he bought it for 5.3, so he didn't really take.
His house sold in August, though, reportedly. I read that
just
the
saw
other
it.
day.
Wow.
it sold in August.
I think he wants to be here. 100%.
Why do you say here?
Because this is home to him, and he has a chance to bring a title home. Like the Mike Trout, like coming home stuff. Like I didn't buy into all that. Kyle Lowry
did. Lie detector.
I never thought he was going to come here.
Really?
Yeah. You can hook me up to the lie detector
Never
for that
did.
one. No. Why? I mean, I had heard from people in the know that the pressure of coming home for him was something he didn't want to deal with.
Okay.
Regardless, Kyle Lowry, I think, is a different breed. And I think bringing a title to Broad Street is a huge bucket list item for him.
Where were you on Harper and Machado?
I was good either way. I think I slightly preferred Harper.
I wanted Machado.
I wanted Harper. Slightly. The Machado stuff that was going down at the time, stepping on the guy's foot in the playoffs and other little stories about that. They were even to me as far as talent, kind of. So I just went Harper.
Hey, check out something that's coming off for you. By the way, our watch party comes up on Friday. You do not want to miss it, but you'd like to find our YouTube channel by then. So get in and check out 97.5 The Fanatic on YouTube. In fact, your remote, if you got one of those voice remotes, you can find it. Just YouTube 97.5 The Fanatic. It'll bring you right to it. You're going to want to be there for a big watch party coming up on Friday. I'm just giving you a heads up. Plus, here, how about this for you? 97.5 The Fanatic is bringing back the $1 Million Bracket Challenge.
Yeah, I'm winning it this year.
You really are? You're not eligible.
I've watched like 14 college basketball games, so I'm probably going to go perfect.
That's not true!
Okay, I'm going to be very honest with you, and I told Bob earlier. I watched parts of 7 championship games this weekend. How many players could I identify of the 14 teams that played in them? How many players was I able to identify?
3.
You're pretty good. 4.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew 4
2,
players.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
I'll tell you what.
It's embarrassing.
We went over friends for dinner on Saturday, and the TV was on in the background. I looked up and I go, oh, my God, Duke, North Carolina's playing today? But, yeah, you're right. I didn't even know it. But in years past, Duke, North Carolina, that was so much fun to watch.
What's amazing about Duke? When everything's not perfect for Coach K, his teams handle adversity. Maybe his program handles adversity maybe worse than any.
He's on your list.
Program ever.
Yeah, he is.
No, but
on
I mean,
your
all
list.
the great programs this year had problems.
All of them, yeah. I mean, Baylor and Gonzaga are your blue bloods.
Right. I mean, it's just crazy.
And I think Villanova would have been also.
And they lost another guy on Saturday.
They lost more to an ankle.
Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, the $1 Million Bracket Challenge is back. Perfection pays off. How about this? A perfect bracket could win you $1 million. And I'm just telling you, I've seen your career trajectory. $1 million, this may be your best shot. So starting next Monday, go to 975thefanatic.com, fill out your bracket. Someone is guaranteed to win $1,000. But a perfect bracket is going to win you $1 million. 97.5, The Fanatic's $1 Million Bracket Challenge is brought to you by the Parks Casino Sportsbook app. They're my friends. the official sportsbook partner of The Real Philly Fan, and by 97.5 The Fanatic. You got to be 21 or older. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. So Saturday morning, I get up, and I head up to said Parks Casino. And just, I found when I'm a little, missing the family, a Saturday morning blackjack session is something that's a lot of fun.
There you go.
Sure, that's just obvious.
It's a lot of fun.
So W's or L's on Saturday?
Went home $10 less than I came.
Okay.
Last time I went home 117 ahead. So
all right, so you're still 107 ahead.
I was in the hole 120, 130.
Yeah, you fought out. There you go.
And dug out. It's
always a good feeling.
Yeah, when you dig out.
Because you considered it a win at that point.
Well, exactly. It was the way I looked at it is I got $10 of entertainment.
Yeah.
Better than going to a movie. Especially with the state
great
of movies.
way of looking at it.
The state of movies.
Trying to trigger Patty Picture Show in there?
The movies are terrible. Movie industry's terrible.
Are you trying to fight?
They're terrible right now. $10 for that, it's terrible.
Did anybody watch the big movie of the weekend? Coming to America 2? It was released Friday night?
I did.
Yeah, Coach did. Oh,
Coach
Egan did also?
I did as well.
And?
It was.
I've heard good
What do I have
reviews.
to pay for it?
Free.
It's on Amazon Prime. You don't have to pay for it if you have Amazon Prime.
Good, I do.
It's as good as you could probably get. It's got a lot of nostalgia.
Wow.
The fact it's not terrible is
Now, that's the
positive.
first review that I've heard anything even close to that.
My buddy said he
it's
enjoyed
as best
it.
as it can get.
Well, for a
Coach said he enjoyed
PG-13
it.
20-year gap sequel, in this day and age,
Okay.
because in this day and age, it's hard to get a funny comedy, which I think is why they was PG-13. Yeah, it's about as best you can get.
The Phillies in action, and now the clutching of the pearls has begun. Odubel Herrera might be the center fielder for the Phillies.
He will be.
We're outraged. This is terrible. How can this happen? From the same city where Allen Iverson is considered like royalty? Really? The city that celebrates Allen Iverson.
Well, he was good.
So what does that have to do with domestic abuse?
It shouldn't have anything to do with it.
And it shouldn't have anything to do with it. So everybody who's clutching their pearls about, Odubel Herrera could be the Phillies center fielder. Oh, my gosh, I'm outraged. How were you on Allen Iverson? And if you thought, by the way, did you think that Allen Iverson needed to go somewhere else because he couldn't be here? Because I've heard this selective morality is hilarious. And Jamie, you're being honest. You're just being honest.
Yeah, I mean, people turn
the
a blind
caliber.
eye. Sure.
They turn a blind eye because of player being great.
I mean, that's what it is. Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
all it is. That's all it is.
Odubel's going to make the team. I think people have to start preparing themselves. And look, if you're going to be pissed off, you have every right to be. What he did is disgusting. I don't think anybody supports what he did. But the Phillies opened it up to an athletic competition, and he's pretty much by far and away your best option at center field. So he's likely to make the team.
But it's the thing is though, I want to hear, especially people. There are people banging the drum and media members banging the drum of he can't play here, he can't play here. Okay, where were you on Allen Iverson? These same media people. Where were you on Allen Iverson?
I had Linda from Mayfair, a great caller to sports radio, call me up this weekend, and she, was disgusted by him, but she said basically like, what do people remember about Brett Myers from that year? They remember the CC at Bethia at bat. They don't remember the incident in Boston. So she basically was like, if you perform on the field, people have a way of forgetting about these things.
Correct.
Which is horrible.
It is,
yes,
but
it
it's
is.
a
Look,
reality.
If and I said this last week, if Odubel Herrera and his now wife have done everything to make their relationship better that they could,
And they've put in work outside of just their relationship.
Right.
They've
And
done some things.
That's their personal thing. And
what
she has
business
stayed
is it of
with
mine?
them. Exactly. But if the Phillies talk to him and say, look, we're concerned about this, characteristic trait that you may have, and they've had meeting upon meeting with him, and they're comfortable with it, then come out and just say so. Just come out and say, look, no one's worked harder to making themselves a better person than Odubel Herrera and his wife. And they're fine in their relationship, and it was a mistake.
It's none of your business.
And,
honestly, it's none of our business.
And we're going to move on as a baseball team. If he makes the team as a baseball player, okay. We've talked to him about the situation. His teammates, and most importantly, his wife are okay at this point. Then you can move forward, in my opinion.
If you are one of the vocal critics of Odubel Herrera doesn't have any right to work here in this town. He needs to be out of here. Get rid of him. He needs to be moved on. Okay, that's fine. Were you consistent on Allen Iverson? Oh, and by the way, may I suggest, did you really pay attention to Kobe Bryant? Let's be honest. Did you pay attention to Kobe Bryant? Or do you just selectively pick and choose? Jamie, you're honest. That honest answer that you gave was great.
Yeah, I mean,
people care about, is
sure.
the guy great?
Sure.
I'll root for him.
Yeah.
Because it's nonsense.
And Odubel Herrera, from a baseball aspect, irritates the hell out of people exactly. Because he's kind of all over the place mentally on the diamond, so it's easy to write somebody like that off. But if you gave other people second chances, I don't see why Odubel would be different.
But the only thing is, though, is do you want to see a noodle arm center fielder? Now Egan might.
They don't have.
They have a noodle arm center fielder.
Hazley getting hurt, they got nothing.
Well, I don't think they had anything when they had Hazley.
I don't either.
Outfielder.
They had a 3 outfield center field platoon, which was terrible.
Terrible.
So Odubel's going to make the team.
But you cannot enter a season where you are putting out there Scott Kingery as a starting center fielder.
No, and I thought this before the Adam Hazley injury happened, that the reality is he will make the team, Odubel Herrera, I mean, and he might not be the starting opening day center fielder, but it pretty quickly he will be your everyday center fielder because, quite frankly, he's the best option.
I got to tell you this, and I've said it again, and I'm not trying to sound, sanctimonious here with or religious, but I will tell you, I certainly hope I find God's grace someday if I screw up. Yeah. I certainly hope that, your life doesn't get burned to the ground if for some reason you did something that you had a bad moment, you had a bad choice, you had whatever it is.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A bad day, whatever. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I like to believe that people can be better.
Sure. Yeah. And optically, they've taken small steps to right their wrong. They've donated to the Pennsylvania Domestic Abuse Association. They've gone to counseling. They've done their work together as a couple. So who am I to not believe them?
The only judge and jury, real quick, that really matters in this whole thing is Mrs. Odubel Herrera.
And I would suggest, whether it's sports talk radio, whether it's television, whether it's columnists, I would suggest you ask every one of them, where did you stand on Allen Iverson? And if you didn't stand against domestic violence with Allen Iverson, then I really need you to shut the... What's that sounder you play there, Egan? If you didn't stand...
It's time for you to shut the up.
That's what I would say. If you're AI, we love AI. Yeah, he's great. Yeah. If you didn't have the balls, and I'm going to say it, if you didn't have the balls to speak up against Allen Iverson, then I'm wondering why all of a sudden you found your voice now. And by the way, I'm reading it. I'm hearing it from callers. Oh, we're appalled, Odubel Herrera. Hey, how'd you like Allen Iverson? Oh, it was great. He's on the Mount Rushmore of my favorite athletes. By the way, if you're listening to Mount Rushmore stuff, then you get real problems. Hey, we got that too for you. Hey, 610, by the way, if you want to get in with us, you can. 610-632-0975. Got a lot coming up for you, including the definition of success. I believe all of us will have a different definition of it. Thanks for sticking around. It's the John Kincade Show. We're only halfway home on this Monday here on 97.5 The Fanatic. My Parks Casino Sportsbook app has been a wonderful place for me to hang out. I got to tell you, it has made my joy of watching the home teams even better. I'm really excited by the fact that I've learned a lot more about the in-game wagering, the ability to leverage what I've got going on, any insight that I think I might have. It's fun. It's sort of like playing daily fantasy while you're in the midst of watching a game. It's a game changer. And with the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, they've got so many different options for me to be able to wager. And it's fun, it's safe, and I know doing business with Parks Casino, I know where to find it. I was just there on Saturday. By the way, great place. You're going to want to check it out up in Ben Salem. Here's what I want you to do. Get that risk-free bet. You can get refunded in site credit up to $500. Download the app or go to parkscasino.com/PA. Use the promo code FANATIC. Your risk-free bet. You can check it out. Get more details at the website. Bet with Pennsylvania's home team sports betting app. You got to be 21 and in Pennsylvania. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Fast Wi-Fi. You use it to connect just about everything. which means having really fast Wi-Fi matters a lot. That's why Xfinity is breaking the gig barrier and introducing Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's a big deal. It's a big deal for streaming big games, having big meetings, and making big plans. It's a big deal for families with 1 kid, or 2 kids, or 3 kids, especially if there's 1 kid who has enough devices for 10 kids. It's a big deal for gamers who are streaming while someone else is posting about their virtual spin class. And yet, it's also a big deal for a quiet Friday night in. So get in on Wi-Fi speeds faster than a gig. That's more than enough speed to power every device in the house. Can your internet do that? Introducing gig speeds over Wi-Fi. It's the fastest Wi-Fi you can get, and it's only from Xfinity. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store to learn more. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and are not guaranteed.
What's for dinner, you ask? At Wawa, we've got the answer, no matter what you're craving. Because Wawa now has dinner. Every day starting at 4 p.m., you'll find crave-worthy dinner options that will make everyone happy. Like fettuccine Alfredo, kids' meals, delicious Angus burgers, French fries, and more. Choose in-store, curbside, or delivery. Wawa dinner. Sounds good.
Come in from the cold for something hot and comforting from Wawa. Savor the handcrafted salty sweetness of a toasted caramel crunch latte, topped with a caramel drizzle and crunchy caramelized sugar. Or cozy up to the warm, inviting vanilla sugar and spice aromas of our new cinnamon bun coffee, bursting with a delicious fresh baked flavor. Treat yourself and try them both this winter to create your very own getaway to deliciousness. Gotta have a Wawa.
Making Moves is brought to you by LinkedIn Jobs.
In 2003, it was rare for freshmen to carry a college basketball team, never mind 2 of them. But for Syracuse, Carmelo Anthony and Jerry McNamara did just that, all the way to a national championship. Anthony led the team in scoring and rebounds, while McNamara led the team in assists and was 3rd in scoring. In the national championship game against Kansas, Carmelo was the game's leading scorer with 20, and McNamara added 18.
Build your winning team today. Go to linkedin.com/sports.
March is the biggest month in college basketball, where teams across the country test their talent in the hopes of winning it all. For finding talent that can help your team win it all, there's LinkedIn Jobs. Post a job with targeted screening questions, and LinkedIn will quickly get your role in front of qualified candidates. Manage job posts and contact candidates from a single view, as functions are streamlined onto one simple screen. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/sports. That's linkedin.com/sports. Terms and conditions apply.
You run a business and you need better wireless. 3 words, no more compromise. With the T-Mobile Business Advantage, you get the largest 5G network, award-winning customer support, and insanely great value. No trade-offs. Right now, get up to 90 days of unlimited free on business plans when you switch via bill credits. Stop in to find out more. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Complete port within 60 days. Customers over 50 gigabytes per month have lower speeds during congestion. Video at 480p unlimited on our network. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices coverage and plan details.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
O'Reilly. Trust the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts to recommend the best products for your car. Like 5 quarts of O'Reilly full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard filter, just $26.99. Extend the life of your vehicle and improve performance with a synthetic oil change. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'Reillyauto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Would you like to have your lights turn on or off when you enter or leave a room? How about have them come on when you pull into the driveway? Or be able to turn them on after you've left for extra security? Hi, Dan Namaro, owner of Farron Electric. You can do all of that and more with Caseta by Lutron, including controlling every light in your house from your phone or tablet. For a free consultation, call Farron Electric or visit us today at farronelectric.com. That's FARRYN electric.com.
Every game has 1,000 storylines. So if you've got an angle, a hunch,
or some info you got from that guy in 10 fantasy leagues across the street, Unibet's got that bet. Unibet Sportsbook has all the bets you need for every game. Sign up today and get $20 to bet with. No deposit required. Download the app or visit pa.unibet.com. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Pennsylvania. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, let me tell you about my friends at Natural Lawn of America. I'm going to have a lawn sometime in the fall. Can't wait for it. And Natural Lawn of America is going to protect it. Mikey Miss and Anthony told me this is the company you want to go with. 30-year-old company right here in town. Natural Lawn of America has a custom approach. So I don't even know what my lawn's going to be like. I don't know if it's going to have patches where it's not healthy or maybe too much shade in certain areas. But when the house is built, I'll get an idea about what it's like. And Natural Lawn will have a custom approach to my lawn for a greener, weed-free lawn using their exclusive organic-based lawn care products. Plus, they've reduced chemical pesticide use by 85%, so it will be safer when Nikki Foles is running around in her new backyard. I trust Natural Lawn is going to do great for me, and I know that they've done great for Mike and Anthony. And I want you to take advantage of their limited time offer. Schedule Natural Lawn's full-service program, and you're going to get free seeding every year. That's free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. That's 800-FREESEED. Choose my lawn care company, Natural Lawn of America. Thanks, Ant. Thanks, Mike. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
No, your radio's not broken. We sound like this on purpose.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
It's the 8 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show. We're halfway home on this Monday. Bob, you blink and we're halfway done.
I know, right?
It's unbelievable.
Love it.
8 o'clock hour is brought to you by Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com, and we appreciate Martin Law for being a part of things. A lot of feedback on YouTube and Twitch, and we appreciate all of you checking in this morning. Everybody's streaming at 97.5thefanatic.com. Ron on Twitter says, John, I felt the same way about Iverson and Brian. Neither one of them should have been back in the league. I don't care how good they were. You don't put your hands on a woman. That's why Herrera should not be back in Major League Baseball. I said, I completely respect you can have that opinion. I responded to him. I said, but I don't agree. I don't want cancel culture. And most Iverson fans look the other way. So you are completely unique in that regard. Completely unique. I went back and even, because I'm a geek, I went back and even read some of the
That's what I was just doing during
coverage.
the break, yeah.
We think
exactly.
a lot of...
Yeah,
I went back and read
creepy.
some of them. And you know what happened?
You know what I did? I went and got some Cheez-Its and I pounded them.
I was very surprised that I was very surprised there wasn't the outrage. Allen Iverson needs to play elsewhere.
I don't remember any outrage.
No, there wasn't. There wasn't. And that's bottom line is there wasn't. So people are situational in their outrage morality. And by the way, if you get arrested for something, by the way, no charges. No charges. So really, it's sort of unfair to even keep bringing that up.
Yeah, the girl didn't press charges. She refused to.
So it's sort of unfair when people talk about what he did when there are no charges. But to me, the people who say he should never work again, look, you're entitled to any opinion you want to have.
Sure.
Yeah.
I completely disagree with you. I couldn't disagree with you more.
So do I.
I do not want somebody who made a mistake or somebody who had a bad moment or somebody who did things, especially when they've been forgiven by the person they perpetrated their act upon.
Mm-hmm.
That I interject myself into it and be like, no, I'm outraged. Let me turn on my microphone and be outraged. I don't get it. Like, I really don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't insert myself. I know nothing about Bob. I know nothing about your marriage. Jamie, Pat, I know nothing about
Pat's
anyone.
we know is loveless.
The cookies sort of seem like maybe the parental relationship may be loveless too.
And you know what changed my perspective a lot? Mike Vick.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I was as turned off and repulsed by that story as I'm a dog lover to the 1,000th degree. When my first reaction when he came here was, oh man, really? Like, that's tough. And he earned his second chance, and he proved the Eagles right, and anybody that stuck with him right. He's a changed man, and I believe most people, when facing a life-changing mistake, can change.
And I told you before, I knew Michael from the minute he entered the NFL. I knew Michael when Dan Reeves literally took us aside and said, we wanted to get Michael Vick on radio. And where Dan Reeves just said, you guys do me a favor, just wait. I will get you the sit down. Just let us have some time to work with Mike, whatever. I know him from the beginning. And Michael used to donate every single year, would contact through his representatives, would contact me at the radio station and would say, I want to do something for kids with cancer. And he would literally bring his own gear on his own dime, helmets, footballs, everything like that. I want to go visit kids with cancer. The only rule, I was not allowed to, I was allowed to help orchestrate it. I was not allowed to get it publicized.
Yeah.
And he would literally show up. So I would arrange for it to be shown up. And I said, look, no publicity from the hospital, no whatever. And now families would publicize it potentially after the fact. But Michael never wanted it to be a three-ring circus. I saw such a kind, such a gentle guy. I didn't know, and from interviewing Mike, I didn't know that there were families that grew up with witnessing and doing stuff to dogs.
I didn't either.
Grew up around it.
He kind
generationally, grandfather to father to then.
He educated me, unfortunately, on that situation.
Grandfather to father, whatever. And I saw Michael, and here's another thing. When Michael declared bankruptcy, I ask you, how many people pay back 99% of their debt? I can tell you this. There are politicians right now, and I did this number before. There are politicians that are seated members of Congress, the Senate, and we have presidents, recent presidents on both sides of the aisle, that at one point in their lives declared bankruptcy and never paid back the amount of money that Michael Vick paid back. So I just look at things differently. I believe in redemption stories.
Yeah, and he's a great example of that.
I just hope for a second, I really do. I hope for a second that I will never need the grace that I hope is shown to these people. I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
Yeah, you understand why it hits so many people the way it does, and there's probably people out there that have suffered through this that don't understand what the Phillies are doing. And I understand that.
Sure, I understand it.
I understand.
Absolutely.
And if you want to understand the other, but you have to keep an open mind as to what's going on here. And
if you think you know more about Odubel Herrera's relationship and marriage than he does right now in 2021, I'm going to tell you that you're wrong.
Yeah.
You don't. All right, we've got the Sixers and the Flyers about halfway through their regular seasons. It's been a thrill for me to be front and center every day, being able to talk about these teams again, but it also left me a bit reflective this weekend. What is success? Success is built, supported by struggles, drafting, and experience that will secure you a strong base that you can grow your window of opportunity to win championships from. Well, as we sit at the halfway point of the season, your success meter needs to be set. And for both of our winter sports teams, this is extremely logical to me. Advance to the conference championship series, at minimum. There should be no wiggle room for excuse making. Win 2 series, both of these teams, minimum. And again, I heard Jim Jackson Saturday afternoon when it was 4-3 with 6 minutes to go saying, not to make excuse, and I'm quoting, not to make excuses for this team, but that's exactly what you did. Right after they fell behind 4-3. Enough excuses. Embrace expectations. Embrace logical expectations. Alain Vigneault came on this radio station before the season and said he was in it to win a Stanley Cup, and I still believe that. He's in it to win a Stanley Cup. So don't lay the groundwork now for excuse making later. Both the Sixers and the Flyers should have been expected before the year and should be expected now to win at least 2 playoff series. That's where we begin the 8 o'clock hour. John Kincade Show with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. Bob, expectations?
Sixers have met so far, maybe even a little bit exceeded.
What will be success in August when you're laying on a beach? What will be success looking back on the Sixers season if they do what? Because I want to set the meter today.
Okay.
For us. So that way we're not doing it differently later.
Is this going in the notepad?
Yeah. If the Sixers' success is if the Sixers get to and compete in a conference final.
Exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
Cooney and I are on the same page. Are you co-signing Jamie Lynch?
My gut said NBA Finals appearance, but I would be happy with a hard-fought Eastern Conference Finals.
Yes. Hard-fought Eastern Conference Finals. It's a step forward.
Yeah.
You've taken a step forward.
But okay. I want the Giants step forward. I mean, ultimately, a real success to me is being one of the final two.
Well, we all do.
Yeah, of course.
We all do.
But that's my expectation.
What is, if you're on a beach in August, before we're gearing up for football season, we're taking vacation, we're relaxing, you got a cocktail in your hand, somebody brings up the Sixers to you, and if you say they played a 6 or 7 game Eastern Conference final.
No, I'm out. I want NBA Finals. I'm greedy at this point.
Wow.
I
won't be pissed, but that's what I want to be happy.
I need hard-fought 6-7 game Eastern Conference final for me to feel good.
There you go.
So that's the three of us.
So 3 of us are one way, and then Jamie's wrong. So
I won't be like hoagie-mouthed up, like yelling and throwing things.
You are,
but a real success to me is an NBA Finals trip.
You are the king of the hoagie mouth. So,
what an honor.
You are their leader.
I speak hoagie mouth. Yeah,
you are their leader.
I'd be okay.
You mean to tell me in 2021? You really believe, like in 2021, you really believe finals are bust?
You have the MVP of the league.
I gotcha.
To me, that's you don't waste those years. You have a good enough team, and you're going to add to it, and you're going to get better. You got an MVP. Get to the NBA Finals.
Wow. Wow.
No, yeah, I'm okay. Like, look,
I'll be okay.
Want is exactly what you said. Expect is what I think we are saying.
I expect Eastern Conference Finals.
So
right.
A success is NBA Finals.
Now wait a minute though. So it was two champ for right now for Giannis, right?
Yeah, 2 MVPs.
2 MVPs for Giannis. How many times has he been to the finals?
0 times.
Well, he's got Mike Budenholzer as his coach. I should say Budenholzer.
You don't like Mike?
Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan.
Interesting.
I think that if you and I did what he did, you know what he did before he got hot, before he even coached his first game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't.
But Milwaukee was up against LeBron until last year, and last year was a bubble. So I don't crush Giannis for that. LeBron he's just a walking finals trip.
He is.
It's insane.
It's a the finals or bust mentality. To me, can't happen in 2021. It can't. Like, I mean, it's too early for that.
I don't think it's too early anymore.
Wow.
I think Joel Embiid has brought you to that level.
Do you remember when? Remember what that Hawks team a few years ago? Number 1 in the conference, 60 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Budenholzer is their coach, and then they weren't real. It wasn't real. When they played Cleveland in the conference championship, they just got steamrolled.
Yeah. That team.
I want to believe if the Sixers give me a long run and win 2 series, and then give me a battle, I'm all in, baby.
So if you take away last year, and let's say this is the 3rd year after winning 1 round in each of the previous 2 years and losing in the past season to the eventual NBA champion, would it be championship round or bust for you also?
If last year didn't happen?
Like, does last year come into play with it has to be finals or bust?
Because of the disappointment you feel for last year?
No. Like, to me, it's not a linear thing.
It's
like
not a progressive thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
You don't have to take it one step at a time. Like, you've taken that step to be what I believe to be one of the 4 or 5 elite teams in the league. So once you're there, it's a dogfight, and go get it. And you have a guy that can carry you to that, in my belief. So I don't need to lose in the Eastern Conference Finals to then think, oh, well, next year, that's the year you get to the finals because you lost it. No, it's not linear anymore. You've gotten to a level where you're elite, so go get it.
You know what's not linear, though? The Nets. The Nets is a short little window.
Yeah.
This is a short little window. And you absolutely are set up that you can long outlast them. I mean, people talking about, gentleman here says the same thing to me on email. Christopher going, I fully expect in 4 years Ben Simmons is going to probably say, I want to go be a Laker. Good.
His contract's up in like 4 years.
You got 4 years. Who gives a flip? I don't care.
See ya.
I don't care
if
about 4
that's
years.
the case.
I could see 2 parades by then.
Every time you say who gives a flip, it scares the hell out of me.
You think I've said it for so long.
I know.
Hey,
I haven't been
NJM
around.
Insurance has been ranked number 1 in the nation in customer satisfaction with the auto insurance claims experience, according to J.D. Power. Visit NJM.com for your free quote today. That's NJM.com. Plus, my boy Egan, he's got a good handle on things. Egan, you would be quick on the draw, right? If I did, I think 2 times in my career I've had to have the dump button.
Pat, you have to admit, you get a little...
Do you get nervous by it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I find it's just an expression.
I find it endearing.
Because I don't curse.
Right. No, I hear you.
Like you very rarely hear me curse, so I don't give a flip as my... It's just sort of that's routine.
Right.
So
it's like a dad saying. I love it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. It screams like
By the way, how come you didn't
good,
chime in? How come you didn't chime in on the sneakers yesterday? Jamie and Bob did.
Yeah, what's up with that?
First of all,
not very foxhole of you.
Yeah.
Asking me for fashion advice, not a smart move.
Now, you see, I disagree with you. I think you can tell me, much like I run every pair of sneakers by my daughter and say, bad, and she'll go, Dad, no. They would look terrible on you. They'd look bad on you. I always will send a picture, but I wanted your opinion too.
Well, here's the so it was twofold.
By the way, I've never had to dress sneakers.
It was twofold. It was first, I wasn't a huge fan of them, but more importantly, I didn't get back to you because I had seen the text message about 30 minutes after you sent it, and by that point, I figured you bought it. So
it was already around. No, I did buy them.
And were they the ones? Were they in the plastic bag, or you did go to that place on Friday, right?
And the plastic bag place. By the way, I will wait for the lawyer's email. I'm still waiting.
I was going to say, did you get your money yet?
I went and bought a pair, and I didn't want to buy a pair of shoes, but I did just to be able to get him to pay for it. Just to get him to be able to pay for it. I didn't even want them.
It's good pettiness right there.
Are you just figuring that part out,
That's
Jamie?
great.
Are you just figuring that out? Hey, let's go to Cooney's Corner where, hey, it wasn't that bad last night.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Look, we don't want anybody suffering the effects of, obviously, COVID, and we pray that what happened with Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons with the barber, nothing comes of it. That's first and foremost. But, man, when it was announced yesterday that they weren't going to play, but they had, and I did wait for this part of it, but they had both tested negative, I got to admit it didn't bother me a little bit. As a matter of fact, it made me happy.
Not at all. Didn't bother me.
It's like sending your kid out. You know, they're driving for the first time to their old friend's house that lives about 20 minutes away for the first time, getting in the car, and they're going to do it, and you're like, yeah, this is great. And then all of a sudden a snowstorm hits and they're not doing it.
Like on your wedding?
It makes you feel better, right? Like, oh, darn, that's a shame for you that you couldn't make that drive, but underneath you're like, thank God. Well, that's how I felt yesterday, and it has nothing to do with being afraid of injury or anything like that, but it has to do with ultimately what did happen to them was just getting out of the element. You know, we talked about this. NBA teams, when they travel, especially with this thing, and I talked to some of the traveling party, they're just together, and there is expectations and rules that are naturally in line. I don't know if they, and John, you've laid it out. You have people down there that said it was crazy down there this weekend.
Town.
I was kind of glad that the kids were told, sorry, you're going to have to sit this one out. Not that I didn't mind it. It made me happier. Now, I feel bad for them. They didn't get to participate in something that they both enjoy. That's a shame. But as a follower of the team, sorry.
That good?
Yeah, that's all right.
I saw Ben sitting there, too, with the Cabernet Sauvignon bottle.
Yeah, how about that?
I don't know if that was an expensive bottle or not.
I'm assuming it was.
Definitely.
Did you check it out?
I didn't, but I will cross-reference on the break.
Cross-reference, would you please?
I would. What would you think the average price point is for a Ben or LeBron on a bottle of wine? $1.50?
$1.20.
$1.20 is exactly what I was thinking.
See? $1.20.
Yes.
$1.20. Silver Oak, by the way, the Silver Oak is one you should all check out.
Yeah?
Yeah, Don Sutton, part of that vineyard.
God rest his soul.
God rest Don's soul. The Silver Oak is fantastic. That's the best red that I've ever had. That's the best red that I've ever had where somebody bought a bottle of wine and said, try this. And he would literally, he had a wine locker. One of those things. Oh my gosh, Silver Oak. If I could only afford it.
Oh, I was just going to copy the name down, but I'm
it's
not.
like $100-some bottle of wine.
Yeah, no, man.
I can't. I'm not doing that. Okay, what's
no.
as we wander here, Bob? The $20. You go into one of Fine Wine and Good Spirits or anywhere in town. $20 bottle of wine. You have one?
Yeah, I got my go-to.
What is it?
It's the Erath Pinot Noir. Dick Erath. He owns a vineyard up in the Willamette Valley of Oregon.
Dickie's a little sensitive topic with me right now.
Dick Erath?
Why?
Because I worked for Dickie Broadcasting.
You saw how I got. Well, the Erath Pinot Noir is delicious. You can
Is it
forget all
really?
about your troubles with a little Erath. Yeah.
Well, I like Pinot Noir.
Oh yeah, that's my go-to.
So what's that? $20?
I think it's $17.99 or $18.99.
I like the.
That's my nice bottle.
Have you ever had the Mysterio?
Ray Mysterio?
Mysterio.
James, buy me a Coke.
Mysterio's one.
No.
What is the other one? I can't think of right now.
Menage a Trois?
No, I've never had that.
Coach has.
I've never had that.
I like the Mark West Pinot. That's
I've never
another
had
go-to.
that or the wine.
Coach, both.
Coach has got that going on.
He's had the red,
Pat,
white.
Pat, I do not ask at all your opinion of wine.
That's for good reason.
See, I would think that.
Yeah,
I
this
wouldn't think of you
conversation
as
is
a wine.
lost on me.
I wouldn't think
If
of it
I'm
as
going
wine.
quantity, I just get a nice box of wine. You don't think Ben's
Box of wine?
You don't think he's drinking box of wine?
Yeah,
I don't
you
think so.
do. You do your boxes
No,
of
I
wine.
do not
Yeah,
do
they're
boxes
great.
of wine.
Oh, I'm not putting
Betty
it down.
Kincade smiling from down saying, I like that Jamie King. There you go. Okay, let me say something here. Some of you give good advice as far as TV shows and things we got to watch on TV. Some of you do not. I would tell you right now, I have no interest, and for this reason. I was extremely disappointed in the Tiger Woods documentary.
Really?
I haven't seen it
It was
yet.
so tabloidish. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, but that's part of the story.
No, but I don't give a damn about Tiger and running around on his wife and cheating on and everything and fake sex addiction treatment. That I don't.
But that was the story.
No, I don't know.
That was his downfall.
Yeah, but I'm not in for the tabloid.
But you can't tell his story without that part of it.
Yeah, but I'm not. It was too heavy.
Otherwise, it's just ESPN
It was too
story.
heavy. You know what I want to see? I honestly, I want to see somebody redo it, and I just want to see the Tiger Woods story about his golf. About golf. I don't want to hear. It was too much tabloid.
Yeah, but that's like burying the lead, though. To just do
That's
it about
not
golf.
the lead for me.
For you.
But that's the
lead-
story of
You
where
have to understand you're in the minority with that.
his career
Okay.
derailed at that point.
The lead for me is
His accomplishments.
his accomplishments. I
I forgot how poorly Augusta treated him.
By the way, you watched the Jabroni Fest last night, right? So we can get a little scouting report from you.
The Royal.
You watched
Oh,
it.
geez.
You watched it not on purpose, though.
My wife, mother,
Okay.
sister,
Okay, so they were all
cousins'
there. So you
wives.
can give us a little scouting report on
Yeah,
that.
unfortunately,
Plus, we've got dirty laundry coming your way.
Real quick, my buddy Chris just sent in. How much do I spend on a bottle of wine? ? About a half an hour.
By the way, Bogle. You ever had
Yeah,
Bogle?
Bogle's good, yeah.
Bogle's fantastic.
Yeah, it's
Oh, really?
good.
Bogle and Bob, that you can get Bogle for like $11, $10. Petite Syrah. Thank me later.
19 crimes I'm into lately.
Okay, wait. Believe me.
Big coats to Rome,
Hope
man.
the details don't come out about them. It could be a real problem. All right, we have some dirty laundry coming your way. Plus, let's just say maybe there was a false narrative about the Eagles. We'll get to it all next. It's the John Kincade Show here on The Fanatic.
The John Kincade Show.
Talking sense into people isn't really my thing. In fact, I'm better at the opposite.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. The Fanatic's Bracket Challenge is back. A perfect bracket could win you
$1 million.
Starting Monday, go to 97.5thefanatic.com and fill out your bracket. Someone is guaranteed to win $1,000, but a perfect bracket will win you $1 million.
97.5 The Fanatic's $1 Million Bracket Challenge is brought to you by the Parks Casino Sportsbook app, the official sportsbook partner of the Real Philly Fan. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The best in internet and entertainment is here, and it's all powered by Xfinity for one unbelievable value. Introducing breakthrough Wi-Fi speed, now faster than a gig. That's right, not just internet speed, Wi-Fi speed. And that's enough to handle every device in the house and then some. And with Xfinity X1, you get access to live TV and top streaming apps with our award-winning voice remote. Faster internet, better entertainment. It's really that simple. So what are you waiting for? Upgrade your whole home experience today with Xfinity.
Get started with Xfinity Internet and TV for $54.99 a month. And get a speed upgrade included, all for 12 months. Or until March 15th, ask how to get even more with a free upgrade to gig speed for a year. Go online, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay in 3/21/21. Restrictions apply. New choice double play 200 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees including BTV fee extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. Gig offer limited to standard plus more with 2-year agreement and compatible X-Fi gateway.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-333-1750. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-333-1750. That's 800-333-1750 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-333-1750. 800-333-1750.
There's no part of our bodies that put in more work than our feet. And with all that work, your feet can start to ache. But luckily, there's relief for our overworked feet. Skechers Arch Fit footwear for men and women. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides total foot and arch support for all-day comfort. They used 20 years of data and over 120,000 unweighted foot scans to create a podiatrist-certified insole that distributes support across the arch no matter what foot type you have. And with all that support comes extreme comfort. Skechers are the fit and comfort specialists, and Arch Fit shoes from Skechers provide expert comfort whether walking or just standing. They're so comfortable, they're not just for people with tired, achy feet. Everybody can enjoy just how amazing they feel. Plus, many are machine washable. So even though you'll be wearing them all day, every day, you can easily keep them looking new. So give yourself some soothing comfort and support with podiatrist-certified Skechers Arch Fit footwear. Your overworked feet will thank you. See all the styles of Arch Fit footwear for men and women at Skechers.com, the Skechers store near you, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk to a park ranger, but the only quotes they'd probably give you would be about the beauty of a fallen leaf or ripples in a pond, not the kind that could save you money on your policies. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent, who's an expert navigator of the insurance landscape. They could use their expertise to guide you on ways to save hundreds on your policies, while leaving it up to your park ranger to save the wilderness and any endangered picnic baskets. Go online to geico.com/local to find a Geico agent near you.
O'Reilly. Save big during Power Torque Tools DIY Day sale at O'Reilly Auto Parts with great deals on socket sets, impact wrenches, and more. Right now, get $10 off a 200-piece mechanics tool set, plus earn double O-Rewards points. That means you'll get to your next reward even faster. Visit the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts today or shop O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
So you think you have unlimited data?
Recalculating.
Think again. If you have unlimited data on a network you can't trust, your data is limited, and so are you. Set your smartphone free with the unlimited plans from Total Wireless. Get 4 lines with unlimited data on the nation's best network now with 5G, with 100 gigabytes at high speed, then 2G, for just $25 a month per line.
You have arrived at your destination.
Get unlimited and save. Total Wireless. Do amazing. Available at Total Wireless stores. See TotalWireless.com for terms and conditions.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Mike Miss here. You know, Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports Reports, powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, just go to pico.com/more savings.
Hey, Philly, Mobile Mondays are here at Dunkin'. Rewards members grab a $1 medium coffee on Mondays when you order ahead on the Dunkin' app. Not a member yet? Join on the Dunkin' app today and earn rewards. Philly runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Exclusions apply. Limit 1 per member per Monday.
Conference tournaments are tipping off. Bubble teams are making their final push. Top seeds are preparing for what they hope is a long run. And DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is putting new customers in the center of the action. Bet $4 on an underdog to win $256 if they win. It's that simple. That's bet $4 on an underdog in select college basketball games, and if they win, you collect $256. The bank is open. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FANATIC when you sign up to turn $4 into $256 if the underdog of your choosing pulls off the upset. That's code FANATIC for a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. In partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
There is nothing bougie about this show. Look, I'm the only guy in here from Delco.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
And a good Monday morning to you. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Hopefully you are having a great Monday. We're having fun hanging out with you. Little mediocre cookie effort by T-Dog, which is a little disappointing.
Yeah, it's just not
There's
there.
There's just something not
She
there.
set the bar too high.
She's not owning it, which is really annoys me.
She's not owning it?
Because she thinks that, to her, they taste normal, and I'm saying, well,
No, they do not.
There's 4 people. First of all, they don't even look like a normal cookie.
They're not. They're
look
flat. They look flat. Could she have COVID?
Could she have COVID?
God, don't say that. I just ate one of her cookies.
No, I'm just
I
guessing.
hope not.
Because she obviously isn't tasting them.
Yeah, she's
not tasting.
Look, she's up there. She's a 75-year-old woman, and she's getting
She doesn't
senile.
look it. She looks
She's not
gorgeous.
75.
Yeah, she's 76 years old. She needs to grow
Really?
up and
I
own her
didn't realize
mistakes.
that.
She's like 48.
She's 77.
I got to tell you, is whenever you get into this, whenever you get into these discussions, like the Odubel Herrera story, you always get strong reactions from people. And I love the list of, well, whatever Allen Iverson did was not as bad as what Odubel Herrera did. Okay. So now we're like, well, yeah, we can have differences of opinion. But what I'm just going to say to you is that if you're sitting there judging at, well, this domestic abuse is better than that domestic abuse. I can't have. I'm not going to have the conversation. I'm not even going to have the exchange because you're entitled to have any opinion you wish. And Jamie, I know the one guy responded to you and said, "Well, what would you guys feel differently if it was your daughter's?" It's not my daughter, and I can tell you point blank, and I've already told my daughter, if it ever happened with my daughter, somebody would have a hard time walking to their car. But that doesn't mean that I would go. That anyone who gets, by the way, no charges. So it's very unfair. A lot of this is very unfair.
Yeah.
But the idea of that you never get to work again?
Yeah.
You shouldn't work again? You should have to move?
I mean, if it was
You
my
should have to-
daughter, it would be personal, and I would have a personal glimpse into their marriage and know if it's something she should run away from or if it was genuinely a mistake. So I would have a a better perspective. Well, better might not be the right word, but
'Cause you'd never-
a clearer perspective on the situation.
Jamie, I do not know you yet that well. You know me. You know I'd probably never be able to forgive it. I'd be like,
I would have a tough
It'd be a hard
time.
time.
It would be an uphill battle for sure.
It'd be a really uphill battle.
Yeah, and
But,
it would probably never be the same relationship from between
Right.
me and him ever again.
because you want to protect your girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he should have to move. He should never be able to work here again. But Allen Iverson, he's not as bad. Okay. Whatever way you want to justify your shifting morality is fine with me. But just own it. Own it. It depends on how good the player is.
Yeah, none of us likes domestic abuse.
No.
I mean, I think that's a given. The way it's handled is debatable, and that's where this comes from.
There are people, though, as a gentleman, Andrew, says to me here, he goes, John, the one thing I get from the conversation this morning is that there are many listeners to your radio show that do not believe in stories of redemption. He said it's a tale as old as time. I thought that was Beauty and the Beast.
Yes.
It's a tale as old as time. But he says that's a tale as old as time. There are people who just do not want to give God's grace, but they certainly look for it many times in their own lives. I don't want to, if you're free to have any opinion you want, it's okay. I just hope that we'll get there. So, Pat, I understand you are bringing dirty laundry to the table.
I am. Let me hit the drop here.
Awkward.
Oh, let's air out our dirty laundry.
Yeah, I got beef with some people here. I got beef.
Do you know most of the dirty laundry always comes from Egan?
You know what's funny?
You do have a few.
Yeah.
It's funny that Jamie pops up. Pops the mic on
What did I
because
do now?
Jamie's amazing in the sense that
I am amazing. Thanks,
he
Pat.
walks around with hats with foxes on them, and you notice the fox isn't in the hole. Because Jamie's not a foxhole guy.
Okay.
Jamie pounds his chest like he is a foxhole guy. He's not. Jamie has gone on this station and slandered my mixology when it comes to cereal plenty of times. And it's well documented. I take Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You're setting me up because you want your retraction.
And Jamie on Friday comes out and starts slandering my mix once again. But then he takes a handful of it. And then you had said I haven't had any. So you take some.
Okay.
And then Bob Cooney takes some. And the common trend was everyone saying, oh, actually, this isn't as bad as I thought. And it actually started with Jamie as he took out 3 handfuls of cereal saying, hey, this is better than I thought. But Jamie would never go on the air and say that he was wrong. As Jamie continues
to
steal.
what are you talking about?
Jamie, please.
Pat, your cereal
We're in the trust
concoction, the first time I had it, I found it a little not good. The second time I had it, I went, I might have been missing something the first time. This is actually pretty solid.
Now,
there you go.
I'm coming at Jamie because Bob Cooney was nice enough to realize that he was taking my product, and he brought me in a box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Such a
He's
sandbagger.
a foxhole guy. He's a foxhole guy.
Jamie, sandbagger.
Jamie takes and takes and takes and takes. He's a taker.
And
no.
What kind of foxhole guy is Bob Cooney? Donna, the lovely Donna, realizing that I'm not very good at cooking. I walk in this morning, and there's a bag sitting at my desk. Donna has given me a lasagna to go some Monday night dinners.
Wow.
Covered. So I have a lasagna. And then what did I do, foxhole guy? I was at the store yesterday, and I saw the gum that Bob's probably given me 10 pieces of gum in the past. I picked up
What is that gum? It's pretty
shaker.
good. Mentos?
Mentos gum.
Yeah,
so I picked up Mentos, and I put it in front of Bob.
I'm seeing a lot of foxholing going on around here.
What exactly has Jamie done?
I would like you to admit that I have Venmoed you for cereal throughout our history together.
The last time you Venmoed me for cereal,
69
Anthony
cents.
Gargano was doing mornings.
69 cents a time. I would Venmo him if I took a handful of
Hasn't
cereal.
happened. The last
I
time
think
he
that's
Venmoed
pretty
me-
nice considering the whole box is like $4.
The last time you Venmoed me, Carson Wentz was on an MVP tear.
Jamie's a foxhole guy in that if there were like landmines, Jamie would take Egan and throw him every step
Absolutely.
ahead of where he was going to
Well,
win.
in fairness to Jamie, I think everybody here would do that. So
I mean, seriously.
Your cereal concoction doesn't suck,
By the way,
Pat.
it was really good. And the thing is, it got me to thinking, Pat, this weekend. As I walked in the Target and KOP, which was very nice yesterday, by the way, great Target, I went in the cereal aisle. And I'm thinking there's something in this for you. The creation of mixology.
Yes.
There is a business in this. I just don't know how it would be done or...
There used to be a cereal bar in town.
Yeah, it was in University City.
Yes, and they had every cereal imaginable, and you could mix and match. And I think they had a menu of different combinations.
COVID, that would creep people out.
Yeah, now it's probably...
Once everybody gets vaccinated, we're all going to go back to being the dirty creatures we were beforehand. You think?
I don't know. I think life's always going to be different now.
I was thinking of that the other night. Like, we went over to friend's house, longtime best friends of ours, you know.
Did you make out?
No, but it's funny, you know, it's kind of
You're
you
all
walk
vaxxed
in.
up, you know. You can be French kissing.
You walk in and you're kind of like, what do you do here? And it was, you know, that awkward, hey.
Yes, it's weird.
And even though these are like our best friends and some of our best friends in the world, there was still that awkwardness of, hey, and I came right out and said, hey, what do we do here? Yeah.
It's,
So,
I
don't know. I don't think we're going to go back to the kissing.
Yeah, I don't think things are ever going to be the same.
Jamie, you and I will never.
Yeah, no more gnome kisses with my buddies. But like going to a bowling alley, you know what I mean? Like sticking your hand in a ball that like 50 other people and then picking up like tater tots and stuff. Like I can't like I don't see that being the same.
I can't think of. I've always been somebody that cared about like washing my hands.
Right.
My father
Hygiene.
father would call me the surgeon because I would walk in between mowing the front lawn and the back lawn. I would come inside and wash my hands.
Oh, really?
And he'd say, "What are you washing your hands for?" And I'd be like, "Well, I'm getting a drink of water and I'm washing my hands." He goes, "Well, you're just going to go outside and do the back lawn."
Don't forget, you still got to do the back lawn.
I said, I'm still washing my hands. I've always been a big washer of the hands.
Well, what's going to be really interesting, especially with like Egan and Jamie, like they have kids that are learning really good hygiene now, maybe that we didn't learn when we were little, or Jamie or
Skylar asked for hand sanitizer sometimes.
Exactly. You know, they know people with masks. That's all your kids know is outside people wear masks.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a crazy generation going up.
How about to go into the Magic Kingdom
with masks on?
There you go. Yeah.
Masks.
Yeah.
Speaking of masks, the odd, bit of that. I don't know. I don't believe it'll, like for me, I don't believe it'll change much. I'm still going to hug.
I think once we're to a point, that'll come back.
Do you hug your boys?
Do I hug? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do.
Yeah, yeah.
You do hug your boys. So you're a big
Absolutely.
hugger. You see them, you hug.
Well, yeah, like Kyle goes away to college or comes home from college. Yeah, I mean, that's the...
What about your best friends?
Oh,
do
yeah.
you hug your best guy friends?
One of our, Nicholas Scalzo, one of my friends, I'd say the name because he's very Italian, it's kisses every time he sees us. Like, he kisses us all on the cheek every time he sees us.
No name dropper on the Nicholas Gallo?
No, it's a friend.
No.
Gallo Wines? I mean,
Scalzo.
Oh.
Yeah, not Gallo. No, Nicholas Scalzo. Not
look,
Nick Gallo.
I'll handle the name dropper button, all right?
Wow. Put in place.
Hey, in the linchpin, well, I think Jamie thinks there may have been some fake stories going around.
Is the linchpin.
I don't want to say fake stories, but I think the drama within the NovaCare. Look, the drama's still there. Howie still leaks to the media, controls narratives. Doug was on his own island versus Howie versus Carson. Like, that stuff all still existed. But the fact that BG and Jason Kelce, the two leaders of the offense and the defense, are willing to stay through the dark times, the rebuild, tell me that most of this dysfunction within the Eagles was strictly between the quarterback and the front office. It was a Carson and Howie issue, maybe a Carson and Doug issue to a lesser degree, but I don't think it's this widespread, terrible locker room that needs removal of everyone. Those two staying, and look, they're getting paid. It's not like they're sacrificing, their livelihoods or anything. Them staying tells me the dysfunction was a number 11 issue, and pretty much a number 11 issue.
The two players you used as an example?
Veteran leaders.
Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
Lane Johnson. Or Jason Kelce.
Yeah. And Darius Slay, but he got guaranteed.
Where would they have made... Why would they want to go somewhere else and take a pay cut, a significant pay cut? Because that's what they'd get if they went anywhere else.
Well, Brandon Graham wasn't going anywhere because he had $21 million in dead cap money.
So he was going nowhere.
Yeah.
But the other guys, they're here because they're making money. They wouldn't make
Jason Kelce would make money on the market.
He would make $15 million.
No. He would make 10.
10.
11.
Yes. He wouldn't make 15.
I have to see what his exact salary cap number is this year.
There's no way on the open market he's making 50.
I think this drama was number 11 driven. I really do. I don't think it's a utopian work environment down there, but I also don't think it was that much more than the coach, quarterback, and GM, and only the GM remains. So we'll see. But something tells me it's not as bad as we once believed it was.
Yeah, you know what? The one conversation that I wanted to hear, and we talk about if one person could be interviewed, Doug, Carson, who would you want to hear from? But where I would have liked to have been a fly on the wall, or on the bench as it is, was after that last game,
Ertz,
and Kelsey, Ertz,
Carson.
and Wentz sitting there talking for, I think somebody described it as close to 40 minutes.
I was going to say 30 to 45 minutes, yeah.
What was going on there? I mean, that's one of my first questions, and Kelsey won't answer it, but maybe a departing Zach Ertz might.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
he seems like a high-road guy.
I would love to know what those guys were talking about. And, you know, what you said, James, about it makes it easier coming back probably because Wentz isn't there. Kelsey appeared to be friendly with Wentz?
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I think Kelsey's friendly with everybody.
Yeah.
I think he's one of
he wants
those
to create that atmosphere.
He's one of those glue guys.
I would love to know what that conversation was.
I mean, he's not going to do the Miles Sanders routine.
No, not at all. No.
And then backtrack and make it look
So you
like
guys
that.
don't buy what I'm selling at all?
Not at all.
Well, no. Sorry.
Wow.
Who wants to take a pay cut? Significant pay cut? Nobody does.
I mean, they were going to be...
And start over somewhere else. No.
They were going to be making money anyway.
There's no way.
But you say, like, yeah, he could have made 10. He's making 15 here. Like,
My point is Carson Wentz was a lot of the drama.
Yes, well,
Yeah,
guess
but
what? We can agree on that.
A lot
Yeah,
of
but
the
we can
drama.
agree on that.
Okay, well,
and
that's the
not
point
have
I'm
it
making.
Relate to the
That's the
other
point
guy.
I'm making.
Okay. I thought you were saying, like, they wouldn't have come back if Carson was still here.
No.
Oh, okay.
My point is that the dysfunction stemmed from number 11's locker. And look, I'm not saying Howie's perfect. I'm not trying to let him off the hook. He has his issues. He has his talent evaluation issues, all that. The dysfunction was stemming from number 11's locker.
You want to get in with us, 610-632-0975. Cinch Propane Grill Tank Home Delivery brings the propane right to your doorstep. Just visit cinch.com, pick a delivery date that's convenient for you, and they will handle the rest. I can absolutely agree with you on the one point. It's the taking it to the next level that doesn't make any sense.
All right, that's fair.
Like, to me, as far as I do understand what you're saying, though, is I absolutely believe it was an 11 and Howie issue. And by the way, seeing what I see of how Howie Roseman goes about his business, I'm not necessarily going to knock Wentz if it was.
No.
Like, because seeing how Howie does his business, I'd have an issue with it.
But if I'm Carson and I was committed to the Philadelphia Eagles, I would have a one-on-one with Jeffrey and go, What's this guy's deal? What's this guy's deal? It's him or me, man.
Yeah.
So, Bob,
What's this guy's deal?
This weekend you watched Ali Frazier won.
Twice I watched it.
I caught some of it last night as well. Once you sent your email, I was like, oh, and then my buddy texted at the same time, was like, oh, the remastered Ali Frazier's on ESPN. This is great.
Yeah.
So I watched some of it. It was pretty cool.
Oh, my God. I'm a huge boxing fan, and it's a shame it's gone away. Pretty much. Boxing has gone away.
It's pretty much gone away.
But, you know, in that era of the late 70s, early 80s, the boxing, you know, from heavyweight on down, it was just unbelievably good. So Saturday night, I was sitting up and just, you know, scrolling around, and I saw that Ali Frazier 1 was on. And I said, all right, first I thought to myself, I'm going to check in on it. I watched the whole damn thing. It was unbelievable. And then yesterday they had another show about it, so I watched it again. We talk about players of a different era, if they could play today. You know, we hear the Wilt Chamberlains and the Larry Birds couldn't play today because, you know, whatever. I'll tell you what, you bring those boxers back from the 70s, and you watch that, and I'm telling sports fans out there, if you like boxing a little bit, go watch that fight, because it is unbelievable what those two went through for 15 rounds.
Yeah.
The skill that they have and the punches that they delivered and took. For Joe Frazier
was taking him off of his face left and right and just kind of staring at him like, that's all you got?
He broke Muhammad Ali's jaw. Ali goes down and gets right back up again and finishes the fight. trying to like knock Frazier out because he knew that's what he had to do to win the fight. If you look at the defense of Muhammad Ali, the way he stands in a corner and slips punches without hands,
yeah,
it is just to me, boxing was always an art because we did it a lot when we used to go to this PAL thing and box a lot. It is such an art the way these guys do. You watch Muhammad Ali throw jabs and combinations. It is one of the purest thing in sports that I have ever seen.
I didn't realize until doing the boxing class at the Lifetime back home in Albuquerque at the time, the science that is in it. Because I always heard the sweet science.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize there were so many things involved.
Oh, it's
like so many things involved.
Yeah.
You have to be thinking every minute.
And you have to
you have to protect yourself while being aggressive, choosing to be aggressive, and you have to think about don't lower that lower the other hand. And it's like there's so many things you have to do. There's a million things. It's brilliant. To be able to pull it off, it's brilliant.
I mean, I could sit and watch Muhammad Ali throw jabs all day long. His jab was just so lethal and so on target and so quick.
And Frazier just took him.
And kept coming forward.
Yeah.
Like, referee, all right, break. And like, he couldn't even get Frazier to break because he just kept coming forward. It was so much, I hate to say fun, when both guys just got their asses brutally beat.
Though.
But
two adults trying to...
Yeah, I mean, it's the oldest sport in the world.
And I'll tell you what, you bring those guys into this day and age or any day and age. Mike Tyson is like the guy that you guys saw and stuff like that. Mike Tyson lost in the unbelievable upset because Buster Douglas knew how to throw a jab. And everybody said, if anybody knew how to throw a jab against Tyson, they could keep him off and then wear him down. Muhammad Ali, I honestly believe this, would have cooked Mike Tyson in his prime.
I disagree with you on why Buster Douglas won. A lot of it had to do with Customato. That was the first fight that...
It was, but I mean, as far as in-the-ring boxing, he kept him at bay with his jab all night. Like, look, Tyson won 3/4 of his fight at that time, most of his fights, before he even got in the ring.
Yeah.
But Douglas came in and said, you know what, I'm going to jab, and he held him at bay with his jab.
He came in with a great game plan, but I do agree, back to the actual topic, that, Muhammad Ali could absolutely fight. I mean, you look at Floyd Mayweather's made a life of just being a defensive fighter.
Right.
It's awful, too, by the way.
And I had never...
It's awful to watch.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It's awful to watch.
I had seen...
We were out for Pacquiao and Mayweather.
It was horrible.
Which was the biggest letdown ever.
Yeah.
That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. But I will gladly, we'll go on out. We'll bring the show out, right? We'll bring the show out for any big boxing matches they'd like to bring us out for to Vegas. We will absolutely do that. Right, Pat?
Yeah, I'll go.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that.
I just want to make sure.
Not UFC.
I was just going to say, I had a...
UFC's fine. We'll be glad to go.
I'm not a UFC. It's funny. I love
Bob, you would love to go, though.
Yeah, I'll try anything once, sure.
It is fun to watch that stuff. Like,
it's fun.
Right there in cage side.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Yeah. There is a totally different vibe to it. The violence of it is crazy, though.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
It makes me realize how much of a
wimp you are.
Yeah.
I'm raising my hand. It's vicious. It's vicious. But I tell you, when two consenting adults decide to be vicious like that, I'll watch.
Yeah.
I'll watch. I may be appalled at times and go, oh my gosh, what is going on there? So what about the women on Saturday night? Oh my gosh.
That was awesome.
I just saw it Sunday morning.
Oh man.
That to me is very uncomfortable.
The lock of the century.
I'm not trying to be sexist.
No.
It's just very uncomfortable watching, and those women going at it like that. And the punches, you hear them.
Oh yeah.
You hear it.
Yeah, Amanda Nunes could knock out some guys in her division.
And she's funny as hell. Did you see her afterwards go?
Yeah.
And I'm going to retire, and I'm going to take both of the belts with me, and they're going to be hanging in my house.
Yeah, she's very personable.
Really awesome. She's absolutely awesome. A great ambassador for her sport. Really is. Thank you so much for hanging out with the John Kincade Show. We only have an hour left on our Monday cruise. This is pretty good, so we hope that you're going to stick around for it. The Liars Week has arrived. It's Liars Week. But I'll tell you who's lying coming up. You stick around with us. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. So, your home needs new windows. You know it. It's drafty. It's been cold. But you know what's coming? The heat of the summer. And then what happens in the summertime? You're running the air conditioning in your house, but your house isn't secure, so your air conditioning is going to run for hours and hours on end. That's why you need to be investing in your home now, and Window Nation is going to help you out with that. My friends at Window Nation have a great deal for you. Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy right now. And you're going to make no down payment, make no payments, and pay no interest for 2 full years. So you're saving thousands. Everybody thinks about windows in the winter. What about all the energy expense that you're wasting in the summer when you're running the air conditioning and it's going out of your drafty windows and it's letting the heat in? It's not good. They've installed over 200,000 windows last year, 1 million windows installed, an A+ Better Business Bureau rating, so that should be enough for you. Check out Window Nation. Do a little window shopping today at windownation.com. Then call 866-90-NATION. That's 866-90-NATION and tell them Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Hey, sports fans, before there was the step over, the strip sack, the long fly ball, or the Philly special, Colonial Hyundai was providing a faster, easier, better way to buy a new vehicle. Hi, it's John Astro, the car czar from Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown. This month at Colonial, we're celebrating over 2 decades of serving our community during our 20th anniversary sales event. All month long, we're celebrating by offering the best prices of the year. During this event, save up to 30% off any new Hyundai in stock. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain, which only Colonial will double during this event to 20 years, 200,000 miles. Save big with exclusive offers from Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown, like a new 2021 Elantra SE for just $99 per month. Don't miss this event, the Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown 20th anniversary sales event. Plan your visit at colonialhyundai.com. Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown, the faster, easier, better way to buy a Hyundai.
Hyundai Elantra SE based on 36-month lease through HMF. Stock number H200121. Lease cash down $2,299 plus tax and tag. Financing through HMF. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for full details.
Hey, it's cause it's tax time. That time of year again. And if you're self-employed, have several unfiled returns or tax debt, or need someone local that can work with local tax issues, then please know you don't have to deal with the IRS alone. Instead, call the pros at Strategic Tax Resolution. They succeed for their clients who, like you, may have delinquent tax returns, like their client Curtis, a small business owner who did not pay estimated tax payments and as a result owed $44,000. Well, Curtis hired Strategic Tax Resolution. Greg and the squad, they were able to settle Curtis's IRS tax bill for just $1,620. That's right. This is just one of the many successful outcomes thanks to the team at Strategic Tax Resolution. Don't go at it alone when you don't have to. Call for a free consultation with a licensed tax expert. Don't wait any longer. Get Greg and the team at Strategic Tax Resolution on your side. Call 484-915-3100. That's 484-915-3100 or search Strategic Tax Resolution.
Dell's semi-annual sale is the perfect opportunity for a significant business upgrade. Save up to 45% on Dell computers built for business and powered by Intel Core processors. Plus, enjoy special pricing on Dell docks, monitors, servers, and more, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. Speak to a Dell Technologies advisor today to find the right tech for your business with fast, free shipping. Call 877-ASK-DELL. Again, that's 877-ASK-DELL.
That's the sound of NyQuil Severe hard at work. NyQuil Severe is the best sleep with a cold medicine. No tossing and turning, just rest and recovery. So you're ready to take on tomorrow. For powerful relief of your worst cold and flu symptoms, try NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Allstate now has deeper savings, and deeper savings require deep thoughts and a deep voice, like mine. Save for being a new customer. Save more for adding DriveWise, and save even more for driving safely. Visit allstate.com or contact your local agent for a quote today. As someone once said, saving today is money tomorrow. That's deep.
Not available in every state. New customer savings based on early signing discount. DriveWise is an optional feature. Savings vary based on how you buy. Subject to terms and conditions. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Here's the good news. Even with high unemployment, there's still a need for hundreds of thousands of cybersecurity professionals in the U.S. right now. And My Computer Career is training people to help meet the demand. No IT experience? No problem. Take the free career evaluation today at mycomputercareer.edu. Start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. Grants products covering up to 53% of the cost are available to those who qualify. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
If you're waiting for a liver transplant, you should know that the best outcomes happen when you go in healthier, stronger, sooner. That's why the Penn Medicine Transplant Institute offers living donor liver transplantation, which decreases wait time and increases survival. With experience and outcomes unmatched in our region, Penn Medicine Transplant Institute is completely transforming the liver transplant experience. It's another reason why your life is worth Penn Medicine. Learn more at pennmedicine.org/liver transplant.
Injured on the job? Insurance companies will turn their backs on you.
I deserve better.
Some employers just won't care. I deserve better. Call Martin Law. We wrote the book on workers' comp in Pennsylvania. Call today to arrange a free consultation. Our team will help you get the benefits you deserve. Call 215-587-8400. That's 215-587-8400. Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers for over 40 years.
Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com. You'll find a massive number of basketball betting options, bet point spreads, money lines, and game totals directly from your mobile device. Use one of our 12 easy deposit methods to get in on the action. And when you win, we pay fast. We pride ourselves on our quick and easy payouts. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun. Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21 or over to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
So many people love to stream content. You love your Netflix, right? Magenta 55 Plus with T-Mobile gives you 2 lines, unlimited data, every single month for $70. Not $70 plus a bunch of fees, $70. Plus they're going to throw in Netflix. And why do you need T-Mobile if you're going to do that? Because if you're streaming, you want to make sure you have a great connection. You want that wireless data to be able to flow, and that's why T-Mobile is your choice. And for $70, 2 lines, unlimited data, and Netflix included, it's a great, great deal. I love it too now because of the fact that I'm able to navigate around town, use my navigational device on the phone, putting it right through my Apple CarPlay, all my tunes and everything. My T-Mobile phone works because of the T-Mobile backbone, because I got a great network, and I got a great company behind me. With AutoPay, you got to check this out. Magenta 55 Plus plan. If you know anybody who needs it, it's a great deal. Check it on out. To go to T-Mobile.com and tell them that John Kincade sent you.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia. A Beasley Media Group station. 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Can we wrap this up? I need to get home in time for General Hospital.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show, brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com. Got to see if Peter August is dead in that stairwell. Hope he is. Sucks. Don't like him. Don't like him. This is Liars Week, commencing on the show. It's Liars Week. Do you know what Liars Week is?
No.
There are a couple of them. In sports radio, this is Liars Week. In sports media, it's Liars Week. Look out for the offenders. You'll know who they are. This is the week annually when sports talk radio hosts, sports media members are going to start acting like they're huge college hoops fans and that they've got real analysis to offer on the Sun Belt or the WAC champions, especially when they're telling you about their dark horses or their, hey, we're going to get brackets this Sunday. Spoiler alert. They're lying to you. They know nothing except what they've bogarted from the reporters they read or the analysts they see on TV. Fact is, college hoops has shriveled on the vine. How about this one for you? ESPN in prime time, losing over 60% of its audience from 15 years ago. And it's probably the one and dones, but it's a shame because college hoops was a tremendous, tremendous product. There are a variety of factors of why media members would lie to you, though. But much like in Kentucky Derby week, when everybody cares about the Kentucky Derby, we're not going to try to bluff you with our great insights. I brought it up earlier today, I'm a bit embarrassed by it, but I'll share it. I watched parts of 7 conference championship games this past week, games down the stretch. There were some mid-majors. There were some last games of the regular season in other conferences. I watched the Houston game yesterday. I could identify 4 players. I used to be able to identify 4 players off of every Big East team that was a factor in the Big East. Now, it doesn't mean that we won't have fun with it. It doesn't mean that you can't do your brackets. It doesn't mean that we all won't enjoy next Thursday and Friday when there's games in the daytime. Any excuse to day drink with your buddies and skip out of work is aces.
Hell yeah.
But I'm laying the cards on the table. I enjoy the college hoops like you do. But I also avoid listening to the analysts of sports talk radio and the faux analysts on television who act like they really cared all along. That's where we begin the 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show with Bob Cooney, Jamie Lynch, and Pat Egan, and the coach, Eric Camille. That's where we start 9 o'clock. It is, Bob, I said it to you earlier today. I remember when I could name 3 or 4 players off every Big East team.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I told you, like, back in the not too distant future, I would know every starter for the St. Louis Billikens or something like that. You know what I mean?
I would know a star.
Well, because I was covering that league
okay,
or whatever. So,
yeah,
but it's amazing. Like I said to you earlier, John, I mean, you know, whether you like the schools or the coaches or not, in college basketball, Duke, North Carolina was must-watch. It was must-watch TV. Like Jamie and I, you know, like, we never missed a Duke, North Carolina game.
No.
Now, the 2 that were played this year, one of them was played while I was on the air here doing a Saturday night thing, and I looked up on the TV and was like, oh, Duke, North Carolina tonight? And then Saturday over at Friends on the TV, there it is, Duke, North Carolina. Oh, I didn't know they were playing this weekend. That never would have happened in the past 35 years. But that's where we are now with college basketball. It's a shame. And you made a good point earlier, John, that or Jamie said it maybe, the Baylors, the Gonzagas, the Villanovas, these schools where players go to hopefully become pros, not go there as the stop to the NBA, are the ones that are having a little bit of sustainability now.
But because of the fact is, like the Duke program, Coach K has always been, he's a great coach. He's a great coach. He's the greatest coach. He's just also a great coach. You know what would have? I find your best coaching jobs are not teams that win championships. It's teams where somebody survives something, overcomes something. Duke has shown that's a great front-running program. But when faced with adversity, God, Coach K even quit on a bad year that he was having once before.
I mean, I can't say he's not a great coach.
No, I didn't say he's not.
I know.
But this would have been a year to prove it.
Yeah.
When you're better than everybody else, when you've got more talent than everybody else, how do I know you're a great coach? I know you're a great recruiter.
He's really good with Team USA, John.
As far as, again, I know when you get great talent.
Yeah. It's such a. The last 2 years have been so weird for college basketball with me because it's one of my first loves, and I haven't watched as little college basketball the last 2 years as I can ever remember.
Yeah.
And last year I kind of chalked it up to like, the pandemic season got cut off, no big deal. But this year, like, I'm not going to lie to you, I've probably watched somewhere between 15 and 20 college basketball games. Maybe.
As parts of them or in full?
In parts of them.
I haven't watched a full college basketball game.
I've watched full Villanova games with my cousins because they're fanatical fans, and they've been over when we watch.
Did they go there?
Yeah, they went there. So we've watched full games together, and that's about it. Like, I watched a full Gonzaga earlier this year. They had might have been Gonzaga Baylor. Did they play each other in an early season?
Is that when their star player got hurt but came back in?
Yeah, Jalen Suggs.
Yeah.
Maybe a full one there. But for me to watch like 3 or 4 full college basketball games startles me.
I watched Temple Houston on a Saturday
I watched some of that, yeah.
And I almost watched that whole game. I was throwing up in my mouth at various times during the game as a Temple alum. But other than that, I haven't watched. That's the closest I've come to watching a full game.
I have no bracket advice for people other than just move Baylor, Gonzaga, and Michigan, and probably Michigan State pretty far along.
You know what team I
Michigan State having a great year?
They just beat Michigan
yesterday.
and whooped them in the Big Ten championship.
But are they having a great year?
No, but it's Izzo in March.
What are they, like a four seed, something like that?
Probably.
Big Ten?
Yeah, but it's Izzo in March. They always show up, so just advance them to the Elite Eight.
The strange thing is a team besides Villanova, the team that I've seen most this year, and I've seen them play almost full games about 3 or 4 times, is Iowa. Now, Franny McCaffrey, local guy. He was in a
because of Garza. That's why.
Yeah, high school backcourt with my old boss. They played together, and so I like Franny's teams. I like the way they play, but it's so weird, John. Like we could have in years past, we could have said, all right, top 12 guys going in the NBA draft. Who are they, and who's going to pick who?
Absolutely.
No, easily.
Not nowadays.
Easily.
Not nowadays.
Now, tell me who the number 1 pick's going to be, and you're scratching your head.
Here's Tim saying, Tim, one of our YouTube followers, says, I don't think it's so much college basketball. It's about getting older, Bob, and sports has less purpose now. That's ridiculous. 15 years ago, primetime basketball, ESPN.
Yeah.
Ratings are down 60% in primetime for college basketball. Guess what? People were old then, too. And people are old today.
Raft had an all-timer yesterday. There was a shot of somebody in the stands with the glasses were kind of disheveled, a little bit of a look. And he said, that looks like me at 1:30 a.m.
Unbelievable.
I've been with Raft at 1:30 a.m. I can attest.
Hey, Natural Lawn of America is safer for your lawn, kids, and pets. Schedule their full-service program and get free seeding every year. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Natural Lawn of America. Greener grass, fewer weeds, guaranteed.
Gonzaga, Iowa was the game I watched in its entirety earlier in the year. 1 versus 5.
Yeah. High-scoring game, I remember.
Yeah, 99-88.
Well, when you looking at the landscape of college basketball, and John, you said it best, right? It's down on ESPN.
In over 15 years ago, it was 60% better ratings.
But think about it. When was the last time, and John, you're different because I know you've watched it recently, but for Jamie and Bob, when was the last time you guys sat down and watched SportsCenter?
I watch it almost every nap I take.
Well, I didn't know that.
Do you really?
Yeah, because it's good. I can watch for a little bit, but I'm not interested enough that it'll keep me awake.
I'll watch Nagandi Center. Some nights if I'm doing show prep, I will put Nagandi Center on, and I'll watch that.
I love Van Pelt whenever he's on, but
Scott's
it's
great, but I'm not
infrequently
awake.
that I catch him.
I'm not awake.
11 o'clock at night.
For me, I guess I'm not a sports guy then, because for me, it used to be appointment viewing.
It's not anymore.
And you would see all the college basketball highlights, and now it's not because you have so many other options on where to go. Whereas, 25 years ago, you didn't have Netflix and Amazon Prime and all that. I think that has affected it.
Also, too, there used to be a lot more highlights.
Yes.
And now it's like these waxing poetic segments that they do that go on like 6 minutes with like violin music. I expect someone to show me like abandoned dogs.
ESPN News used to be my
half of
favorite because it was strictly highlights and there wasn't any of the talking head shows. And I miss ESPN News.
By the way, so last weekend, the past 2 weekends, I watched Gary Struski and somebody else, I can't remember his name, doing the Saturday morning and Sunday morning SportsCenter.
Oh, you love Gary Struski.
Oh, my God.
He's your favorite.
He's fantastic.
You have a man crush.
He's like my new favorite SportsCenter anchor.
It's a man
awesome.
crush. I still love Kevin Nagandi.
Absolutely awesome.
Personally.
Oh, Nagandi's great, but he's not working. They don't get him up to work the 6 a.m. SportsCenters anymore.
No,
Nagandi
he gets up
sleeps in.
early on the...
He sleeps in.
Yeah.
So I sent a tweet last week saying, this is like a throwback SportsCenter. This is really must-see TV. You guys are doing a great job. And Gary, I could tell, he responded, and he was like, that's high praise, thank you very much. And then he goes, I'm just trying to do well when I fit in, when I fill in. I didn't realize I put the other guy on the tweet.
Oh.
He has a normal partner on Saturday and Sunday mornings. I guess it's a normal thing that I don't know.
Oh,
so that guy didn't respond. And Gary Struski was like, well, I'm just trying to fill in. I didn't understand his comment. Now I knew when...
According to his Wikipedia,
Nicole Briscoe was back.
He refuses
isn't this an awkward moment?
He refuses to show highlights from the Jazz. That's what it says in his Wikipedia page.
Who?
Gary Struski.
Yes, he's funny.
He does SportsCenter on Snapchat. Maybe that's where you know him
He's
from.
very funny. No, I don't know him from that. I know him from when he fills in on Saturday morning.
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
But he was filling in for...
Nobody's...
So I saw Nicole Briscoe this weekend.
Okay.
It left me wanting for
more. You want more Briscoe?
I want
more Nicole?
No, I want Gary Struski. I wanted more comedy and fun, and it was good. It was just it just wasn't.
I need
there.
to check it out. I think Twitter has had an effect too, because Twitter kind of has an a la carte element when it comes to how we consume our sports news. You follow who you want to. You get your news like that. You don't need a Sports Center to get that highlight anymore. And
you're right.
And look, and it's something that I need to improve on, because I need to go back, and I think we all kind of rest on our laurels and say, "Oh no, I know sports," but you miss out on college basketball and college football and all that.
I just I think the agenda of Sports Center bothers me. Part of the agenda of we will literally bury the NHL because they're not our partners. We'd rather show you women's highlights from sports that nobody's watching, that we have on our airwaves, than talk about the NHL, which is far more covered.
Yeah.
They to me, there's an agenda with how they deliver it. So
I guess there's a tinge of that in everybody, though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
but it is funny because if you go to the ESPN homepage,
you can't even get NHL on it.
So, yeah, your headliners are NFL, NBA, soccer, NCAA men, NCAA women, Major League Baseball. Then you go to the subhead, and I guess it goes in alphabetical order. But, yeah, NHL is like the fourth line over. You have to search for it to try to get on their page.
To tell you what I mean, they showed this past weekend women's softball highlights.
Oh, that girl crushed it. She hit it like 400 feet.
No, it was an LSU girl that was wild in the outfield. She was amazing. Like Ken Griffey Jr. defense.
the kid? Oh, really? I saw a home run.
So they're showing this. They're showing the women's softball highlights. They went 2 breaks. I had not seen any NHL yet.
Yeah, they straight up ignore
that's
it.
agenda.
Yeah.
That's agenda.
Yeah,
that's saying we are going to potentially, because the people who are watching women's softball, let's be honest.
Well, it's also, I mean, and I did my dissertation in college about this TV deal with the NHL being so bad, because ESPN's owned by ABC. ABC's rival is NBC. NBC has the TV deal for the NHL. So it doesn't financially make any sense for ESPN to pump them out there and boast about the NHL, so they bury them. And it's a shame, because it's the worldwide leader in sports, and you sit as a hockey fan, you sit back and go, whoa, we're the worldwide leader in sports, but you're ignoring a sport. But
my national show was on CBS for 8 years. And we didn't have a lot of these sports. They didn't have any NBA. We promoted the hell out of the NBA.
Yeah, because it's the NBA.
Yeah, but I'm saying so it doesn't matter.
But I think with hockey it does.
But is it better than what you're promoting? If you're promoting, if you're putting women's softball above NHL, NHL coverage, you're just pandering.
But do you have a financial reason for putting softball in there? Yes, they do. They do, because they have the softball rights.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody gives a flip.
I agree with you. No, I agree with you on there. But they're looking at it like, well, we have a financial, thing for this, and we don't for that.
I mean, women's softball. I mean,
get on board, John.
Seriously, nobody's watching. They're not watching.
Well, Bob was. He talked about the home run.
No, we saw highlights.
I mean, this girl must have hit it. She was a big girl, too. She must have hit it like 400 feet. I mean, this thing, it might still be going.
Huh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, what's for dinner, you ask?
Softball game.
At Wawa, they've got the answer. No matter what you're craving, every day starting at 4 p.m., Wawa dinner sounds good.
By the way, you said it's Liars Week?
Yes.
I said Michigan State might be a 4 or 5. I didn't realize they're 15 and 11 overall.
That's what I said.
So
they're playing well.
They might be a 6
year.
or 7 seed.
They're not that.
They'll be in. Izzo will get.
Michigan State's not a good team.
Phil Martelli has a chance of winning a title with Michigan.
But it doesn't matter. He's like death and taxes, man. Just get him in the tournament and they'll make some noise. I'm telling you, they'll have somebody step up, some junior, senior.
When was the last time they had one of those? I'm trying to think. I'm really trying to think.
There was no
6 years ago? 5 years ago?
No, they always make like a Sweet 16 run, even when they're not good.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, for a program like Duke or Michigan State, Sweet 16 should be the minimum expectation.
Yeah, but Michigan State's never been one of those really one and done type of schools.
Like the best. They get the best talent in the country, though.
Some of.
Michigan State? Michigan State is absolutely a top 12, top 15 program minimum in getting talent as far as through their program in college hoops. Since Tom Izzo's been there. Yes.
Probably top 12
to 15, which means they should be a Sweet 16 team every year, should be the minimum expectation.
But I feel like they always get 1 or 2 of the stars, and then the rest of the team is just like Izzo soldiers.
What's with your dirty hat?
My wife ripped me this weekend, so
she should have.
She should.
It's a fine hat.
No.
I put the picture of my hat up on my Twitter account if you want to take a look and judge for yourself. I thought I was going to get a little support from Andrew Salchunas yesterday when I brought it in. So once we moved, I've basically only had like 2 or 3 hats out, and I just put them on the laziness, I guess. And I just have them on the rack, and I use it, and I don't think about it. It's just kind of second nature. So recently I was like, let me find my old box of hats. And I went through the box, and I found like 2 of my old favorites, one of which is an old country club hat that's incredibly sweat through and stained. It's clean, but it's taken on its new color in life, which is this.
It's not clean if it's stained.
Sure it is.
That means it's still in there.
That's not true. It's clean. It's just stained.
No, that means the dirt's still in there.
Yeah, but it's forever a part of the hat. But it's clean.
No.
It's out of the washer. It's
if
clean.
If it's got stain, it's not
It's
clean.
this new color in life. It's adapted. It's like a butterfly. And
how the hell did you ever get out of Lesage? I'm talking about the high school.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the high school.
It's gone to its new phase in life.
It's like a turd covered in burnt hair.
It smells fine. It's not dirty. There's no
It is dirty.
No.
It's got stains.
It's metamorphosis.
It's colored. No.
And
it's bad.
I was leaving
Faded. It's like a pair of jeans that have faded. They've taken on a new color.
It's sun faded.
It's sun. Did you see the picture yesterday?
Filthy.
So
that
it is.
thing would have been burned.
No, I can't.
It looks filthy.
I can't quit
It's
it.
a clean out the garage hat. I don't know if it's worthy of. It's worthy of this place. I'll give you. I said that to you.
What?
It's worthy to wear here.
It's worthy of this place?
It's
like
not,
it's
no.
worthy to wear in the office.
I think so.
No,
it's
let me
not.
rephrase. On a Sunday with Salchunas from 9
Yeah,
to
I
12.
can't because of you two.
Well,
Chuck would yell at
if
me.
you're listening to Sunday Wake and Bake, it might be. It might actually be.
But like, if
I expected Andrew to have my back on this.
I gotta say, I would have retired the hat. Like it had to go out to pasture.
Dude, Chunas, I'm not guessing if there's something of common sense. Chunas will abandon your foxhole in a second.
So my wife said to me, "You're not actually," because I went to go. We needed
to get out of the house in that.
We needed like peppers or something random the other night. So I was like, I'm going to run to the store real quick. I just grabbed it and threw it on.
No.
And she looked at me and said, "You're not going out with that dirty ass hat, are you?" And I said,
stupid.
"I said what? This is it's fine.
No, it's not fine.
I think it's fine. I don't care.
Check out the hat.
Basically, is what I'm saying is I don't
then
care.
that's different than it's not acknowledging
It's
what
fine.
your wife's telling
Well,
you.
it's
not fine. It looks like a ratty ass hat.
Time and place. You're not wearing that on the golf course.
Isn't that the
anymore.
place to wear it? Where you?
No, you're not wearing that because you like to look nice on a golf course.
Do I? I'd rather my game look
I'll
nice.
tell you guys in the hats indoors is a whole nother issue. You guys wearing the hats indoors is an entirely other issue.
I mean, I take it off if I go out to like eat or somewhere where it's not
I never wear a hat
appropriate.
indoors except for here.
I mean, seriously, it's like there's just I've pulled up into romper room.
I expected at a sports radio station I would get some dirty hat support, but I work with a bunch of backstabbers apparently.
No,
Salchunas
I'm
number
giving
one.
it to you. You can wear it.
Hey,
it's just time and place.
Salchunas checks in. He says 100 times the hat is okay to keep, but only for certain times.
Time and
That's
place.
cool.
And it was a Sunday
That's
morning
fine,
with
that's good.
Salchunas. I threw
He
on
says he
sweats.
has a
I got no
dirty-
problem with that.
He says he has a dirty fishing hat.
Yes.
And he probably only wears that to the dispensary. It's probably the only place he
He
wears
said it smells like suntan lotion, which is a great smell in life.
No, it's not.
What?
If your hat takes on a smell or has a
It's
ring
dirty.
of sweat,
It's dirty.
it needs to go in the lawn into the wash.
Yes, but I've washed this hat and it stays
Yes,
that color.
that's a different one.
But you were
it's faded.
But you asked Andrew, could he wear it to a restaurant? And he said,
I wouldn't wear that to a restaurant.
Very good.
But a 5-minute trip to the grocery store?
No.
Yeah,
that's
You're coming
fine.
in-
With your
No.
Uggs? Yeah, I'm
Jamie,
cool with that.
Jamie, you are a public figure now. Whether you want to acknowledge it
Yeah,
or
and I
not.
want people to be like, oh, look, he's normal. He wears dirty
No,
hats
that's
just
not
like
normal.
me.
The normal person going into the store doesn't wear a ratty ass hat like
No,
that.
you do you.
Thanks, Bob.
I got
The
your back.
normal
You do you.
doesn't wear ratty ass hats.
Bob's is probably dirty. It just doesn't show it.
Bob's hats do not look dirty to me.
My hats get like washed at least twice a month.
I'm
That's
telling
weird.
you.
That's what I do. I love to take them out of the washing machine and put them right on. You can't put them in the
You
dryer.
shape them your head.
Yeah. That's what you got to do.
Well,
You guys are-
thought I'd get a little support here.
David says a
Got
dirty
your back,
hat,
buddy.
a dirty hat builds your immune system.
Yeah,
See?
Dave knows what's up.
Yeah. You don't see any
You did
dandruff
tweet
on
that.
Jamie's head.
You
For
did
you
tweet
Call of
that
Duty
out.
people, it's like a trophy system on my
tweet
head.
is-
You know?
it makes me want to get into. I've got a long container of hats. It
Says
makes
you.
me want to get into them because I don't wear hats.
Yeah.
Makes me almost want to bring them in tomorrow and have like a little yard sale. Like, do you want this hat? Do you want this hat? You want to go through the hats?
Are they dirty or clean?
No, they're clean. They're my hats.
Yeah. Well,
If the
bring 'em in.
coronavirus was a visual, it would be that hat.
There, yeah, it is.
That's
it's
not-
filthy.
it's not
It is.
appreciated.
I expect it to have like the little spores coming
All your
off
dainty,
of it.
clean hats.
All right.
Yeah.
There is a tool in the world of golf, but I think this tool likes him. We'll get to it next. It's the John
Yeah,
Kincade
Bob.
Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. Flyer fans got to be excited to be back in the arena. Now that restrictions have been lifted, it's fun. Now, you might not be able to get tickets right now, or you're not ready to go to games in person. So you can have a blast watching games with your friends with the ultimate Hockey in Your Sockies giveaway from my friends at Coors Light and here at The Fanatic. One lucky Flyers fan is going to win an outdoor Flyers viewing party that includes an outdoor projector and big screen so you can safely watch the Flyers games outside, custom-made Coors Light Flyer socks and onesies so you can watch it in style, plus $1,000 in cold, hard cash for everything else that you might need to keep your spirits up, like plenty of cold Coors Light, the only beer that's literally made to chill. How do you win it? Well, you register now on the contest page at 97.5thefanatic.com. There's just a few more days left to enter, so I need you to do it today. The ultimate Hockey in Your Sockies giveaway, presented by Coors Light, an official partner of the Philadelphia Flyers.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
A look ahead to this week in Philly sports, brought to you by Comcast Business. Bounce forward.
The Sixers are back from the All-Star break Thursday versus the Bulls, Friday versus the Wizards, and Sunday versus the Spurs. Hear all three games on The Fanatic. The Flyers hit the ice Tuesday versus the Sabres, Thursday and Saturday versus the Caps.
When the unexpected comes calling, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get internet speeds of up to a gig and a network with added security. Learn more at ComcastBusiness.com.
When you're running a business, you don't have time to worry about slow internet or confusing cybersecurity. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business on the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses. You can add the advanced security of Comcast Business Security Edge to help eliminate threats. And enjoy the peace of mind that comes with knowing 24/7 support is just a phone call away. Get fast internet and advanced security made simple so you can bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get started with 100 megabits per second internet for just $69.99 a month for 24 months with a 3-year agreement. And ask how you can add Comcast Business Security Edge. And for a limited time, ask how to get a $500 prepaid card when you upgrade. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Offer ends 3/28/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second service customers only. Early termination fee applies. Equipment installation, taxes, and fees are extra and subject to change. Security Edge available when added to Comcast Business Internet for additional monthly charge. Call for details.
Hey, sports fans, before there was the step over, the strip sack, the long fly ball, or the Philly special, Colonial Hyundai was providing a faster, easier, better way to buy a new vehicle. Hi, it's John Asher, the Car Czar from Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown. This month at Colonial, we're celebrating over 2 decades of serving our community during our 20th anniversary sales event. All month long, we're celebrating by offering the best prices of the year. During this event, save up to 30% off any new Hyundai in stock. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with Hyundai Assurance and America's Best Warranty, a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain, which only Colonial will double during this event to 20 years, 200,000 miles. Save big with exclusive offers from Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown, like a new 2021 Elantra SE for just $99 per month. Don't miss this event, the Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown 20th anniversary sales event. Plan your visit at colonialhyundai.com. Colonial Hyundai of Downingtown, the faster, easier, better way to buy a Hyundai.
Hyundai Elantra SE based on 36-month lease through HMF. Stock number H200121. Lease cash down $2,299 plus tax and tag. Financing through HMF. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for full details.
Here's football legend Howie Long for Skechers Arch Fit shoes.
Do you like comfort? Of course you do. Everyone does. But if you've never tried Arch Fit shoes from Skechers, you're missing out on next level comfort. Saying you like comfort but not trying Arch Fit is like saying you like Italian food but you've never tried pasta. You're missing out on the number one thing. Because with Arch Fit, Skechers created a whole new kind of of comfort. They teamed up with podiatrists who used over 20 years of data to create a shoe that provides total foot and arch support for all-day comfort. ArchFit distributes support across the arch no matter what foot type you have. You don't need an arch problem to love how they feel. And you say you have a passion for comfort but haven't tried them? That's like saying you're a sports fan but have never watched football. It makes no sense. So if you're the kind of person who claims to like comfort, stop what you're doing and try a pair of ArchFit exclusively from Skechers. Then you'll finally understand true comfort.
See all the styles of comfortable, machine-washable ArchFit shoes now at Skechers.com.
Making popcorn for movie night? Whoa, who are you? This is your wake-up call from TracFone Wireless. What if every time you tried a new streaming service, you had to buy a new TV?
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, some wireless companies do that when you switch. Make you buy a new phone.
Right.
But TracFone Wireless lets you keep your phone and your number and your network and gives you unlimited talk and text starting at $20 a month.
Seriously, who are you?
This is your wake-up call, people. TracFone Wireless. Now you're in control. Oh, you're burning it.
Oh, no.
See terms and conditions at TracFone.com.
Lately, we're doing a lot more at home, which means we're doing a lot less driving. With pay-per-mile car insurance from Allstate, you only pay for the miles you drive. Drive less, save 50% with Allstate. You've never been in better hands. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Includes a daily rate. Prices vary based on how you buy. Not applicable in California. Based on annual premium paid by Allstate Standard Auto customers versus Allstate pay-per-mile customers who drive an average of 4,000 miles a year. Savings vary subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and its affiliates. Copyright 2020 Allstate Insurance Company.
Good morning, privates! Good morning, Drill Sergeant! I mean, seriously, what a pleasant morning. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping. You seem to be in a good mood today. Astute observation.
He's probably happy because he found out Honey Nut Cheerios can help lower cholesterol as part of a heart-healthy diet.
They're even shaped like hearts. So, in lieu of the obstacle course today, I propose a nice meditative nature walk. Does that sound delightful to everyone? Yes, Drill Sergeant!
Happy Heart Shapes are back for a limited time. Learn more about Honey Nut Cheerios by picking up a box at your local store.
Philadelphia, the birthplace of America. Conceived by visionaries, we set the standard of building excellence. We build safer and stronger. We dig deeper, push harder, climb higher, building stronger together. We are GBCA, the General Building Contractors Association. Visit gbca.com to learn more.
It's John Kincade, and I know you love to chill out and watch your Netflix. And I also know that you love your phone, and you never put down your phone. That's why you need to be a T-Mobile customer. And if you're 55 and up, have I got a plan for you. It's called Magenta Unlimited 55, and it includes Netflix for free. And it also includes 2 lines of unlimited data for just $70 a month. So get this, it's $70 a month, not $70 plus fees. It's $70 a month, flat. 2 lines, unlimited data, and they're throwing in Netflix every single month. So, you've got the total connectivity of being a T-Mobile customer. You're always on your phone. You need your phone. And with T-Mobile's network, you're constantly going to have great reception wherever you are. And if you're 55 and up, all you have to do is visit T-Mobile.com/55, and you can get in on the Magenta plan. It's awesome. Magenta Unlimited 55. 2 lines of unlimited data, $70 a month flat. And they're throwing in Netflix. Tell them John Kincade sent you in. This is with AutoPay. Sales tax and regulatory fees are included in the rate plan price, keeping it steady. It's unlimited on T-Mobile's network. Customers using over 100 gigs a month may notice reduced speeds during congestion due to data prioritization. Video typically 480p. Receive Netflix standard with 2 lines.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 97.5thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on radio.com. Live.
Oh, the BetMGM app was very active this weekend. Shout out to the Flyers for coming up short. But BetMGM doesn't come up short with their deals. And right now, you can sign up using bonus code PATEGAN600. And your first bet is totally risk-free up to $600. That's right. Register now, and you'll also gain access to BetMGM's innovative parlay features, live betting options, daily specials, and so much more. Now, we've got March Madness coming up, and, baseball is right around the corner. Obviously, basketball and hockey are in full swing. There can't be a better time to download the BetMGM app or go to BetMGM.com. And when you do, enter the code PATEGAN600 to get back up to $600 in free bets on your first wager risk-free. Make every game and every play mean more than ever with the king of sportsbooks. This is a new customer offer, paid in free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older, Pennsylvania only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
I've got a dog named after Nick Foles. You can't get more Philly than that. We're always loving the backup quarterback.
How's everyone doing? On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. No more dirty laundry on Jamie Lynch. But I will say dirty laundry on Jamie Lynch throwing out his when he washes his hands. You didn't hit the trash can.
I missed?
Yes.
All right. So let me walk.
We collided.
Let me do some X and O's of how I wash my hands here. I keep it running, and then I grab the paper towel, and then I use the paper towel to do the sink. And then the corner of the bathroom by the door is the trash can. So I use the paper towel to grab the knob.
Which all those things you did, and then you missed the most important part.
But it was a no look because me and you had a little pass by exchange at the door. So I did the no look kind of flip pass, and apparently I missed.
Missed, so it lands on the floor. So I had to go get a clean.
That's not my norm.
I had to go get a clean. How do I know that?
Because I'm not no looking. I usually look and bank it.
I had to go get the clean piece.
Buries a timely deuce.
It was just
to pick up the dirty piece of things.
I apologize for that.
We're cleaning up after Jack. It's literally dirty laundry.
What I'm saying is like you have an obsession with this cleanliness and making sure I've got this so I don't open the door. But then you threw your paper
because I went
no
look. I'm normally like a 98% shooter over there because you get the two walls so you can bang, drop.
There's no logic to this. And by the way, that's bad logic too that you're throwing dirty stuff against the wall.
Well, then don't put the trash can there.
That's not good either. Oh, my gosh. It is absolutely crazy.
I can only throw it where the trash can is.
It is absolutely crazy. Did you watched...
Hey, shoot.
You watched some of the Royals last night.
Unfortunately, yes.
You were led into it.
Yes. The women in my life, my mother, my cousin's wife, my sister. My sister is obsessed.
I'm here to tell you right now. We don't care.
With the royal family.
With Meghan Markle and all that?
The royal family, top to bottom. My mom was obsessed with Princess Diana on down. It's always been the women in my life have always. I think the majority of women have a little obsession with the royal family.
My wife is all in. She did not watch last night, though, because she thinks...
Does she have a DVR?
No, she thinks those two are clowns.
Oh.
She thinks they're clowns.
Well, part of
you don't want to live a public life. You don't want to live in it. But now that money's tight, because you've been cut off, you actually have to go get jobs. You're literally going to go, I'm going to go do $7 million with Oprah.
They didn't get paid for last night.
They got $7 million, it said.
No, in the beginning of the interview, it started off with, just to lay out the circumstances which was set up, Oprah said to her, you're doing this. There's no screener questions. You don't know what's coming.
That is correct.
And she said, you're not taking any money for this interview. And she said, yes, that's all correct. So I'm taking them on their word.
They did not get paid from the network to do
their
that.
Production company.
They got $7 million, reportedly.
Then they're scam artists.
They didn't. The production company got paid.
But it's their production company.
Correct.
All right, so they're liars.
It appears the production company did get paid. This didn't happen.
Well, then she bold-faced lied on TV. If your production company is taking the money...
Literally, are you shocked? Are you shocked with any of it?
Because I agree with your wife. Like, don't tell me you're fleeing England because you don't want the press and tabloid media after you to come to America and run to Oprah and James Corden and Jimmy Fallon and all these people.
I think the Flyers need help on the defense.
Because they were cut off.
Sixers could use a scorer.
This was purchased in over 60... The rights to this interview was purchased in over 60 countries.
Correct.
I cannot wait to see the amount of people worldwide that watch this because
is this crossover going to end soon?
It will blow your mind.
They were cut off because
the amount of people that watch this will blow your mind.
They got cut off from the taxpayer dollars to live their lavish lifestyle.
Yeah.
So you want to walk away because we supposedly don't want to live in the public eye, but then you run to tabloid television and do the public eye thing.
Yeah, so most of it was crap. I gave up. Unfortunately, I had the Flyers on my phone. My wife, I conceded the big screen too. I watched probably right up until Harry came in, which was I think an hour in maybe. I was more or less somewhat invested in it.
Why? And also too, why was Oprah lying?
I don't know. That's weird.
Why would they keep calling them the Duke and Duchess or whatever they were calling them?
They no longer have titles anymore.
They don't have those titles. So why were they misleading the public to that?
Well, because I guess most people know them as that. I don't know.
I think most people know her as Meghan Markle.
Yeah, it was very...
where she began her career, Bob?
I'm worried about Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
Bob, where she began her career?
Suits?
Who? Meghan Markle?
Isn't that what she's best known for?
I don't
Oh, yes.
care.
Her fine acting ensues.
Yeah.
General Hospital. That's where she had her first acting.
Of course. So the bombshell
Yes,
that came out was that she said there was conversations that were told to Harry that they were concerned about what color skin the baby might have. And that was like kind of the bombshell thing that came out, which is valid. But, look, it's the royal family.
Is it valid? Do we know that that's factual?
Segura seems to be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I mean,
Looked
Do we
good
know?
yesterday.
Do we know that?
it's
actually
according to
happened?
Harry.
So according to them, this happened.
Believe who you will in this. I'm just going off
they're
of what
saying,
was presented last
so nobody
night.
else is verifying that any of this
But
happened.
does it shock you a family that's rooted in colonialism across the globe for centuries has some racism to them? It doesn't really shock me.
I don't think Kyle Lowry's going to cost nearly as
I think is.
much as everybody else.
I think it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting.
I hope
because
so.
Whatever. It was
Like
mostly
right now.
stupid. Like,
yes, it is stupid.
like the first hour was ridiculous. Like, well, Kate made me cry, and
No one cares.
It was portrayed as I was made as the one. It was crap.
Seriously,
it was a waste of time.
Why do Americans care about the Royals?
I don't know.
That's my whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why do they care about it?
I think
Kansas City Royals, they have a good pitching staff this year.
I think women care.
I think they
because
hit-
there's some
they're
kind
hit
of
pretty well, don't they?
princess,
pretty
like
bad. I think
royal
obsession.
family
The Phillies
obsession.
played the Royals in the 80 World Series. I know
You
that.
didn't miss anything.
Okay, well, the boys have derailed this completely. First time we've had this. So Zach Wheeler, would you rather talk about Zach Wheeler?
Anything.
Seriously?
I'd rather talk about
You'd rather talk about Zach
60
Wheeler?
million
than the royal
countries. That
family.
doesn't fascinate you? That 60
What?
million
I wasn't
countries
listening.
paid for the rights to this? It was the
Yeah.
biggest event in the world last night, like hands down.
It's okay if you don't like something.
I was intrigued to a
but to
degree.
ignore what the entire world is talking about
Yeah.
is naive.
And my text chains that I'm on with family was probably 90 texts last night, all about, my cousin's wife. I'm riveted. I'm on the edge of my
I
seat.
wouldn't watch it if
I was like, really?
If my family was being held hostage and they said you have to watch this to get them back, I think I'd debate it. To listen to either one of them blather on, or Oprah for that matter.
Yeah, it was
I'm just
pretty
not-
awful.
And Oprah is, to me, one of my favorite entrepreneurs in the entire world.
Sure.
This was a bunch of years ago. I went to a Phillies game, and actually it was the night that they killed Bin Laden, and it got out.
Okay, that's
And I was-
Sunday night.
Yes,
Right.
Sunday night versus the
Was
Mets.
it Mets? Yes.
Yeah, and me and my buddy were sitting next to two people from England. They had gotten tickets, and they were asking us about baseball and whatnot because they didn't really understand the sport, which is an interesting conversation. But it was around the time of the royal wedding, and the first one, whatever the guy's name is, William or whatever. And we asked them, is it as big of a deal over in England as it is here? Because remember, it was taking over every entertainment news.
Yes.
They said, no, we don't really get your obsession with our royals.
No, they don't. Do you know what they do? It's tourism. It's tourism.
They don't even do anything.
No,
They literally don't have jobs.
They get $62 million a year though from the
Not bad.
taxpayers. Isn't that great? Hey, Pets Plus Natural, locally owned and operated for over 30 years. Their number one priority is to help your pets live happier, healthier, and longer lives. Curbside pickup and local home deliveries available. Check out petsplusnatural.com. By the way, you know that the boss, Chuck, is in line for the throne, I guess, technically.
Is he? Which
he's
throne?
An English subject.
The fourth floor stall throne?
He's an English subject.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he does
that's
have
right.
dual
So
citizenship.
he is in line for the throne, technically.
Did he watch last night having British blood?
I have no idea. He does know that you're a pig, though, if you don't pick up your paper when you throw it on the floor in the bathroom.
Well, if we didn't walk into each other at the door, I wouldn't have had to know.
Yeah, that's kind of awkward.
Yeah, so I no looked it to
Did you
get out of
bump
the
bellies?
way. No,
No.
He did the step aside while I did the no
step
look.
aside to do the
All right.
no look, which ended
Now,
up without him getting in.
I might have yelled out, "You missed."
No, I didn't notice till I walked in, and he was.
Then how do
okay.
you know it was mine?
Because I watched it fall to the ground. As I'm walking in, it literally fell, and it fell.
I think
and
I'd
by
have
the
called
way-
you back.
And by the way, it wasn't close. It was like
It was
wasn't
an
close.
air ball.
It was an air ball.
It was an air ball.
It was
It was a
much
no
like
look.
much
That's
like
pretty
Duke,
bad.
much like the Duke players have been throwing all year.
I'm shocked that you'd had no interest in something the entire world. Not that you would invest more than 10, 15 minutes of your time.
You just got done talking about it and saying it was a waste of
It
an
was.
hour.
shocked you
But
guys
so I had
derailed
the
it.
four.
But the
I'm
whole
shocked they
world,
derailed it.
the whole world
you're
watched
not.
it.
Hey, dual citizenship. Well, that's a whole nother issue. Sometimes guys are tools. We've learned that on this show many, many times. But Jamie thinks it might be a good thing.
This is the Linchpin.
Yeah, Bryson DeChambeau is a total toolbox. He's the whole tool shed, but he's great for the PGA. Him this weekend with the 384-yard drive I think he had, going over a lake at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, was borderline must-see television. And
amazing.
He's a meathead. You know, maybe we'll see if he stays clean his whole career. I have no idea, but he put on a lot of muscle in 1 year's time frame. He's good for the sport. He feeds into the crowd. He gets it. And him and Patrick Reed, I think, are two great enemies of the state. And Bryson DeChambeau is good for golf ratings. He really is.
Yeah, he, on a par 5 yesterday, he was 70 yards out.
It's amazing.
534 yards because of the angle that he took. He was 70 yards out, while the other leader, Westwood, who he was playing with, was 226.
226.
Because he plays the angles and he does different approaches that other people don't try.
I guess,
If he had been the leader, he doesn't take that shot, though.
I don't know.
I don't know.
No. He's nuts.
But if he was the leader of the tournament, he is over there playing the hole differently. He went for it. He went for
wasn't he leading at the time?
No, he wasn't the leader.
I can't recall.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he was the leader on that hole.
He's different.
I think he was trying to make up.
Oh, he's different.
Yeah, he's real different. And I think a lot of people will tune in to watch if he's in the lead to watch him lose.
Yes,
he's Jim
exactly.
Selfie guy.
Yes.
He is absolutely Jim Selfie guy.
If he was on
Walking
Tinder,
around,
yeah.
He's doing his set, then he's checking his messages, then he's taking a picture of himself, then he's doing another set. He's that guy.
I appreciate guys that know their role and embrace it, and I think he knows he's the douche of the tour, and he's just kind of embraced it. And I think it's going to pay dividends. Because, look, this is probably a post-Tiger PGA Tour we're looking at here for the next decade, 15 years. Guys like this are going to help the PGA stay what they've become.
Mopar's saying here, hey, Mopar.
What are you saying, Mopar?
That Patrick Reed is a tool. Some say he's not really likable on the tour.
He's very unlikable.
Everyone hates him.
Yeah.
And he played at the University of Georgia, and I can tell you, everybody at the University of Georgia hated him.
Stole from his teammates, cheated.
They hated him.
Very unlikable.
And he's still not liked.
No. I don't know if DeChambeau is liked.
No, I think DeChambeau is more of just being a little bit of a...
Well, Koepka
Jim
came out
Selfie.
Koepka went at him with some comments about his off-season training program.
Well, then Koepka can wait a minute. Then someone can get on Koepka and can say, why don't you pick up the pace a little bit, too?
Yeah, he's falling off. Jordan Spieth.
No, as far as pace of play.
Oh. Yeah, he says he doesn't
care. He's the human rain delay.
He's a meathead.
He's a human rain delay.
DeChambeau drives me nuts with his marking of the ball and the way he just...
His putting stance is offensive.
There you go.
Oh.
I like the villains, though.
Yeah, they're good.
I like the villains, in sports.
And especially if they embrace it and know
villains
it.
are better, yeah.
I think he does.
Yes, I think so, too.
Better to you.
But the way he plays off the crowd is also cool. Like, I got to give him... He's Happy Gilmore without the, circus aspect.
Gentleman says today, he goes, I really would like, I'd like to get into more of these Phillies preseason games. I'm gonna.
It's baseball season, boys.
No, it's not. Baseball season begins,
to the party.
Baseball season begins April 1st. Yes, let's do that. Let's stop. Put a halt to it, Pat. Could you please? Can we talk about? Let's break down Phillies preseason baseball.
Really?
I know why people don't do what we do for a living. When they say, couldn't you just, Phillies preseason baseball? I know
there
why.
It is.
I know why. It's why I'm not in their office selling insurance or in their office doing brain surgery.
Don't look at me. I don't watch it.
Let's break up. It's Phillies preseason baseball. How have you liked the Phillies lineups and the thing? What? Seriously?
So, real quick, I'm not trying to hijack a subject here, but your buddy Chris Mortensen and Les Bowen are having a little back and forth on Twitter.
What about?
Not in like a negative, like they're having a conversation about Jalen Hurts being the quarterback one. So Les Bowen had a tweet 46 minutes ago that says, I have great respect for Mort Report, but if the Eagles really are sure about Jalen Hurts going forward, that's a conclusion they have come to very, very, very recently, and I don't think he's produced any new tape to evaluate. Now, Mort, hot off the press, just said back to Les, I would not report the Eagles have internal unanimity on Hurts as quarterback one, but sources say the boss, Jeffrey Lowry, has instructed his group to prioritize making Hurts successful in 2021 as opposed to clearing or creating a true competition.
I absolutely believe Mort's report 100%.
So do I.
100%.
Because it would be a dumb business decision not to prioritize Hurts this year.
Correct.
To see what he is.
I don't know what anybody would be taking issue with Mort's reporting on that. That is everything that I have heard. What he has just said is every single thing that I have heard.
Interesting back and forth between two very good reporters.
Yeah.
Let's keep an eye on it.
I'm trusting.
I trust Mort's report, yeah.
Yeah, I trust that.
Because it would make sense.
That the owner wants him to be successful. That he's hoping he'll be successful. Isn't that what we want? Anyway, as fans too. Wouldn't it be the best thing in the world if Jalen Hurts ends up being successful?
Yeah.
I think it's totally,
and I think it's totally the reason why they decided to bring back the offensive line the way they did. I think they're putting a line around him that they think is the best one in order for him to.
Well, I think that's how he's trying to save his job.
Yeah, could
because
be
if you take if this team went the 2-14 route or the 3-13 route, by doing the right thing and tearing off the Band-Aid and getting on with this, which they're going to get on, they've played kick the can. Yeah. That's what they've done, and and to me, that's what I can't get past is the game of kick the can. You know, Natural Lawn of America, they're absolutely on them. A safer alternative. You can get free seed, too, every single year when you sign up for their program. Call 800-FREE-SEED. Absolutely a great deal. Anthony, you have told me, Mike Missinelli's told me about Natural Lawn. You don't want to care about your lawn at all.
No,
you want somebody else to care about your lawn.
Yes, correct.
And that's why Natural Lawn of America?
They're the best.
See, it's absolutely
They're the best.
Awesome. That is absolutely
I chose cement, but, you know.
If you have to have a lawn, you got to have Natural Lawn of America,
and
right?
And it's good so when Nikki Foles,
right, brother.
When Nikki Foles is running around the backyard.
Yes, Nikki Foles will
she'll be loving it.
Will love the Natural Lawn. It's perfect. What's up, my boys?
How you doing?
What's happening?
They're a disaster.
I mean, it's just
you can't have the owner.
Oh, the Eagles.
You can't have the owner making decisions like this. You can't. It's a recipe for disaster.
It's Jerry Jones now.
No, I think what it is it's save face, right? They're trying to save face.
Listen.
Because he's in Howie's camp. Because Howie gives him the access that no other. If they brought in a legit NFL GM candidate.
It's the chicken or the egg. Trust me. He says, listen, I have owned this team for 30 years. I'm a football guy. That's what Jeffrey. The reason why Howie's it's the opposite. It's Jeffrey. Jeffrey is the man. He's out scouting.
Wait a minute. He's the man because the general manager that he's hired allows him that access. Yeah, there's not. Guess what, Anthony? You hire a top NFL GM.
He's not doing that, though.
No,
you
he's
not doing that
because he's got somebody who lets him have that access. So he keeps him in the job.
It's his control. Because he controls the team. So I own the team, so I hire Jamie as my GM.
So Jamie's going to let me sit in on meetings and have say and everything like that.
I'm the owner. Nobody lets me do anything.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is that's the reason
we agree. We come from the same place.
It's the reason that Howie's still around.
Okay.
The reason he's still around is because he sits there.
He might as well just make himself the GM.
Yes, boss. Yeah, because he's got one who's willing to sit there and go, yes, boss. Yes, boss. I mean, you get access that nobody else gets in the NFL. Yeah, except Jerry Jones. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. That's what he's willing to do. Hey, what do you like in your coffee, boss? Can I get you 2 creams? Hey, do you want me to stop by? Do you want me to stop by Dunkin' on the way in?
You know, you're getting paid a couple $1 looking tape. All right,
I would take that job.
How many general managers in the NFL are operating like that?
I have no idea. I would guess few, but I don't know.
Very few. Where the owner is?
Trust me, man. It's all about who has the hand, right? If a coach, the coach is the guy who has the hand, right? If you're a Matt Rule and you can go anywhere you want, you tell the owner, yo, it's my way.
Right.
All right?
Sure.
And then I hire the GM, right? Because I'm the coach.
Sure.
And he's the guy.
But we do it bass backwards here. Well, we let an incompetent GM continue over and over again because he is the yes man for the owner.
I'm happy to take responsibility for all of
it. The owner lets him go, I want to sit in meetings. I want to have access. I want to make decisions. And this GM is willing to accept it.
The owner, it's about the owner. You're taking the onus off of Jeffrey.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
are.
it's a crappy. No, I'm
You're
saying
it's Howie's fault that Jeffrey's involved.
No, I'm saying Howie's a do boy for the owner. He's willing to sit there and accept the paycheck.
The point
to not do the job.
is that Jeffrey can't be making this decision. But you can't make the decision that Jalen Hurts is my quarterback.
If he had a legitimate general manager in there, he wouldn't be. But he won't hire one. Because a legitimate GM
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah, you guys are both right.
Wouldn't take it.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? It is going to be fun today with Cousin Chunas. You don't want to miss a minute of it. Right here in The Fanatic. It is a great Monday, and we get rolling, and Anthony's got his, nice Sixers hoodie on. He's ready to go. Don't miss a minute of it. For the entire team at the John Kincade Show, make it a fantastic Monday. We'll be back tomorrow at 6.
The John Kincade Show.
Say it. I'll say it. Loser, putz, dork, doof, dink, schmo, dingus, goober.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Well, if you're planning on hiring a lawn care service, doesn't it make sense to hire a company that provides better results and is safer for your family and pets? That's why I chose Natural Lawn of America. That's my lawn care company. Natural Lawn provides homeowners with greener grass and fewer weeds using an exclusive organic-based lawn care product. Now, this isn't a cookie-cutter lawn care service. Natural Lawn tailors their applications to your lawn-specific needs.